Uber Eats has Lola V products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut.
That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name. No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's the hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair. Okay.
skills?
Doesn't sound right.
What's it cell phones for?
So I'm geeked, man. I'm ready for this Rangers team to show me that they're World Series contenders. There's obviously a lot of good teams in the American League, but as we just saw with the Yankees, man, teams go through slumps. They get out of slumps. I mean, what did the Yankees go? 30 innings without scoring a run, and then they popped off for like 3 homers in one game?
They did. Now, that being said, they're also, I mean, they've got, outside of Shohei Ohtani, maybe the most dangerous batter
They do.
in the planet.
Hey,
on the planet.
That's one batter. Last time I checked, there's no golden at bat yet. You get him out?
Well, I mean, that's true. No, look, I'm going to disagree, but at the same time, too, though, the fact that he does pace your lineup, right? And the fact that, Corey Seager, look, got off the schneid today, all right, as far as, finally hitting a home run. And I think I was sitting back there with Trevor. We were listening to, it's like, the first time in, I think, 14 or 15 games.
It's been a while.
That he's had a home run.
Remember, I brought up the stat, I don't think it was yesterday, the time before, that he's only had he's only had a hit in 3 games out of his last 20.
Ever since he came back from the hamstring injury. I mean,
Trevor's saying 18 games.
Was it 18 games? Okay, I was going to say, I knew it was something crazy back there. We were sitting back there listening to the Rangers broadcast on television, but, Jared and them guys. But, look, this team, Marcus Simeon's finally started to come around a little bit. Adolis Garcia is having some moments now. I mean, I'll tell you what, ever since he had his little 5-day mental break, you've seen a better performance from him out at the plate. Corey Seager, all right. You'd like to see Jonah Heim finally get going again, because he was a guy who, started off like gangbusters, and then after those 10 games has pretty much been, persona non grata as far as at the plate. So, you'd like to think that this team, again, maybe they're kind of piecemeal in how this thing goes together, but again, you beat the Pirates. All right. So again, I don't want to get too excited. You know what this reminds me of, and I'll use a Cowboys analogy. This reminds me of 2 years ago when they get to the number 2 seed, but the knock on that team was what? You're beating all the teams you should, but you don't beat any of the better teams. All right. And we saw that firsthand. And that's kind of right now what I feel like with this Rangers team.
Do you think people listening right now to the fan think that they're still listening to Dave Raymond and Jared Sandler, since we're talking about baseball?
I got to think that they know.
Like, if you're kind of like background listening, you're like, oh, the postgame show's still on. I think they could.
Well, because I'm going to tell you what, if you listen to the intro of the show.
But maybe they weren't. That's what I said, background listening. Right. Not like active, they're staring at their radio.
No, I think
kind of like.
Well, they probably turned it down and said, "Wait a minute, who? That's definitely not Dave Raymond." I
think you and Dave are boys twins, Fred.
Yeah, I think we sound like them.
Wouldn't be shocked.
Okay, I mean, I'll take that.
I mean, would you be Jared, or how would that go?
I can be Jared. Yeah, I can be Jared. Ask me something. I'll respond like Jared. See, that's where you're wrong.
Put me on the spot like that. All right.
You're Dave Raymond.
I am Dave Raymond. So there you go. Dave, if you're listening, if you ever want to jump on the show with us, that'd be great too. 877-881-1053. We'll open up the phone line to you. All right. Here's what's going down in this program today. All right. We're here till midnight. We've got Eric Pinkis from lead NBA writer for Bleach Report. He's going to join us at 9:40. So make sure you stick around for that. Is Chris Paul coming to the Mavericks? All right. And what else is going on in the National Basketball Association? We're going to talk to Eric about that. Excited about that to get to that. We're also going to do a little audio dump. We've got some great audio deal. What did Shaq have to say about Joel Embiid that may or may not surprise anybody? We got some Jake parlays. We got a birthday boy, the youngest guy here at 105 through the Fan, finally getting off the 21-year-old Schneid. That goes down on Sunday, so we will wish him a happy birthday. You should too. Send in moderately inappropriate texts to the program wishing him a happy birthday and suggestions for what he should do for his 22nd birthday. We already know he's got plans, but let's see what you fatties and tolos have to say about it as well. We'll do a little fair foul, and then, of course, we'll do a top 5. Because the Pittsburgh Pirates are such a crap organization, I threw this out to Trevor and Blake early on before the show. Top 5 hardest teams to root for. Okay? Top 5 hardest teams to root for, because I told Trevor before the show, I was like, how miserable must it be to be a Pittsburgh Pirate fan?
At least you have Paul Skeens, though.
Okay, so one pitcher and the rest of your team sucks.
I mean, think about it if you're a White Sox fan.
Yeah, but at least you had a World Series like 20 years ago, was it?
Something like that. I don't know.
But at the same time, too, but let's call it what it is. The White Sox hat is iconic.
It is.
Okay, so you got that going for
What
it.
about the Pirates hat, though?
The Pirates hat is pretty fire, too.
It is.
What about, the Mariners?
They had Griffey, though, and
They
ETO.
did have Griffey.
Exactly.
That does carry.
I mean, I guess if we're going to start, I guess if you want to rock the Roberto Clemente and Willie Stargell jerseys from 40 years ago, that's cool, too, but that's where we're at right now.
Miami
Pittsburgh
Marlins.
Pirates.
So
So,
the Angels.
well, we got a little Angel update as well. So lots to get to as well. So lots to get to in this program. 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Coming up next, let's do a little Cowboys talk and a NFL writer with his top 10 quarterback list. Might surprise some of you folks. More importantly, where is Dak Prescott on this list, and do you agree? And more importantly, does Blake agree? Lots to get to. Don't go anywhere. It's the Fan.
Hope the bosses aren't listening. It's another Wheels Off edition of Fan After Dark on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica.
Eric Chiafalo here with the findings of Greystone Roofing, a family-owned business, and as storm season fades, they have a critical warning.
That's right, Eric. Your aging roof could be a ticking time bomb for your insurance premiums.
An inspection could reveal issues qualifying your home for a new roof.
For 20 years, I've seen my parents dedicated to this. Now I'm part of the team, guiding your family through the insurance claim process like champions. We're licensed and local.
Don't let your insurance company hit you with a higher premium. Call Greystone Roofing today for that critical inspection, or visit greystone-roofing.com.
Hey guys, it's your favorite Bucks babe Rachel, and it is time to go wild at DFW's #1 BYOB gentlemen's establishment, Bucks Wild. Bucks Wild brings you a sexy party every night of the week until 2 o'clock in the morning in Dallas and 4 o'clock in the morning in Fort Worth. Bucks Wild is BYOB, so bring your favorite beer or spirit and relax with me and the Bucks babes. Bucks Wild Dallas, 35 at Royal Lane, and Bucks Wild Fort Worth, North 820 at 35. Check us out at bucksclubs.com, and remember, everybody loves Bucks.
With a Bosch 18-volt 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll be driving bolts and screws with ease. And when your work feels like sending a flying elbow from the top turnbuckle, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Corey Majors here for my friends at Best Buy Windows and Siding. Your house has dated windows. They need to be replaced, and not everybody's being transparent about their prices. At Best Buy Windows and Siding, we keep it simple. 10 single-hung windows for just $59.50. No tricks, just great value. Don't get fooled. Call Best Buy Windows and Siding and get honest prices, expert installation with a lifetime warranty. Call 469-WINDOWS or visit bestbuywindowsandsiding.com today.
Best Buy Windows and Siding.
A lime is not always just a lime. You see, some limes are lucky. For when a lime joins the salted rim of a crisp, refreshing Tres Dos Equis, that lime is no longer a mere lime, but a wedge of renowned Mexican limon. Muchas gracias, limon. And also, de nada. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's
Uber Eats has Lola V products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut.
That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name. No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair. Okay.
All right, 21 years old. I mean, I remember like it was 23 years ago. In fact, I do remember like it was 23 years ago. Real quick, where did you spend your 21st birthday? Because 22 is just whatever. It's like, you know, who cares?
So I actually stayed up in Lubbock all of last summer. It was the only time I stayed back at school for the whole summer. But I think I flew home for 2 or 3 days to see the fam, and then went back, and all my buddies came up the weekend after that. So
nice. So basically, you did 21 in Lubbock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blake Elliott, 21 for you. Where?
See, I had a feeling you were going to ask, and I don't.
Yeah. What
remember.
a crazy idea.
Okay, I do remember. Is this?
I mean, it was 4 years ago, for God's sake, bro.
Remember.
I mean, let's not act like you're my age.
Well, I was just trying to remember which birthday. Where I do a lot of
21, dude. Like, it's the birthday. Like, what are we talking about here?
I went to.
You would think you're 50 sometimes, the way you act.
I knew you were going to ask me this. Hold on a second. I don't remember.
Is this true, Jake?
I mean, you throw out honorable mentions like you're a 50-year-old woman, so.
Seriously. Thank you. For as much as I get called old head, which I'll take it. All right? I'll take it. And I told my son when I helped move a couple weeks ago, I told my son, I was like, look, I feel like I'm with Blake right now. Like, it was just nonstop old head. I mean, just him just roasting me nonstop for 48 hours.
But I'm the old head?
No, I wear my crown. Like, I've earned it. I'm 44. I got to remember which birthday it was. I can't remember. It was 4 years ago, man. Anyway, 21, what'd you do?
I went to Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I got this tattoo that's on my arm right here.
Nice.
Funny enough, I was, this was the first vacation.
Yeah. Okay. Ill-fated.
Honestly, that was the start of the downfall right there. Should have known.
That's a shame. That's a shame. We'll talk about that more in the 11 o'clock hour. My 21st birthday was spent in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
That's right. We started the night in Maine because that's where I was stationed at the time. Cousin flew up. He was a defensive end for the Missouri Tigers at the time, so he was a monster of a human being. And he headbutted somebody in a line who said we were said something very disparaging about people from Kansas. And my cousin, also being from Kansas, did not take too kindly to it. Headbutted said guy in the ATM line, and that was the start to what ended up being a very raucous evening, as you might imagine. Beautiful.
Raucous.
It was good times. It was good time. We were ready to beat somebody up. We thought about it, like we were going to jump this guy because we thought he was following us. Anyway, it's a whole nother story. Anyway, all right, Cowboys top 10 list. If you had to say right now, unofficially, boys, unofficially, if I was going to rank, you kind of did this the other day, kind of like on the fly a little bit. We all agree who number one is right now?
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. Number two, I mean, I think 1 through 4 is kind of
pretty consensus.
It's pretty consensus, right? It's going to be what? You've got Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow in that. I mean, that's universally
that's
the top
elite
4.
tier. That's
Okay,
the elite tier.
That's there's no question marks after that. 5 through 10, and then after that, it's all over the place.
I think every list you see is a different 5 through 10.
Everybody's got a different list. Okay, so let me run this by you guys. If you had to guess, just right now, where would Dak Prescott going into the 2025 season? 32 starting quarterbacks. What number would you place Dak Prescott going into the 2025 NFL season?
Based on what he's done or what he's going to do?
Just right now.
Probably 9.
9. Okay. I don't hate that.
I'd go 13.
I don't hate that either. Okay. So Charles McDonald, writer for Yahoo, all right, his top 10 quarterbacks going into the 2025 and Anybody, any issues?
You want to go? You want to start at 1 because we already know who 1 through 4 is.
No, we already know who 1 through 4 is. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going through 10 through 5.
Okay.
10, CJ Stroud.
Well, it depends who the names are in front of him. I don't know if I got an issue yet.
But you don't have a problem with him being top 10?
Nope.
Jake?
Nope.
Number 9, Jordan Love.
Yeah, I got a problem with that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I got a problem.
Because that means someone else got bumped out.
Okay. Number 8, Geno Smith.
I got a real problem with that.
We're putting Geno at
Who's
8.
next? Sam Darnold?
Kyler Murray at 5.
Number 7, Dak Prescott.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of Dak. I don't even know if Dak's family would put him at 7.
His brother probably would.
Tad beyond 1.
1B behind Mahomes if you really think about what he's had to go through. Number 6, Matt Stafford.
I think Stafford's 5 for me.
I was going to say. And number 5 from Charles McDonald.
Got to be JD, right?
Herbert.
Wow.
Herbert.
So Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts.
I was just going to say,
not even in his top 10.
Insane.
I don't know anybody who would take Geno Smith over any Jalen Hurts or Jaden Daniels.
Where's Bryce Young, 11?
I mean, this is a wild list. Now, in fairness, I don't know who Charles McDonald is. Apparently, he writes for Yahoo. He's got 52,000 followers, and you can find him on Yahoo, or excuse me, on X at 4verts.
So he just did this for impressions.
Oh,
There's
he
no
definitely
way.
did. I mean, this is
Geno and Dak both comfortably in the top 10, while Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts,
That's right,
who both just were in the NFC Championship, don't even scratch it.
Yeah, so Justin Herbert, your number 5. I mean, Justin Herbert,
He's starting to fall down my list.
He absolutely. I mean, you and I had a candid conversation about Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott last year, and
They're right next to each other.
After the way he crapped the bed.
Yeah. Who's more aesthetically pleasing? Herbert, obviously.
Because look, say what you want about Dak, all right, and we're not getting. Look, we'll get into the whole Dak, his playoffs career in another show, but Dak has never crapped the bed quite to the extent that Justin Herbert did last year against the Texans. I mean, he looked
against the Jags.
Dak sometimes doesn't step up, and maybe you could say against the Packers, he was pretty bad against the Packers.
I would look that the whole team was bad against the Packers. That's one of those games where everybody gets an F.
When you think about the Herbert one, it's like he let the team down. The defense, remember that was
the defense held their own for the most part for a while.
That was the Texans game.
That was
right?
a Texans game,
the
right?
The defense kept picking them off. Remember, I think CJ had 2 picks in the first half.
I was going to say, no, the defense did their thing early on, but then Justin Herbert just absolutely crapped the bed.
See, that's a difference where it's like Herbert lost us the game.
Oh, exactly.
The Dak one, Dak did play absolutely horrendous against the Packers, but it's not like the defense was doing anything.
The defense gave up almost a 30-burger in the first half. I would argue my biggest Dak, if I'm giving him like I thought you lost the game, was the 49er game 2 years ago.
When they
19-12 or 19-13. Like he threw 2. I mean, there were games. I mean, I get it. The 49er defense was 10 times better that year than it's been, but he had some opportunities, and he just. I mean, we always hear about the Sam Darnold. I was seeing ghosts. Like he just looked uncomfortable.
Do you think that was more seeing ghosts than the Packers game? Like I am not disagreeing that the whole team was terrible, but against the Packers, my boy was seeing ghosts. That slant route where everyone in the stadium knew it was coming, he just threw a pick 6 to like 3 guys.
I'll be honest with you. I was more locked in. Like that was one of those games where because it jumped out to such a ass whooping so quick, you were kind of like, all right, whatever. I
had to watch it live.
Well, absolutely, right? I mean, yeah, exactly. So I wasn't. I mean, obviously, I wasn't covering the Cowboys at that point. So, but 2 years ago, watching them against the Niners, like I'm locked in, right? Because I mean, hell, it was the only game on at the time, and so and plus, I thought the Cowboys had a chance because I wanted the Cowboys to beat the 49ers.
That was a year the Cowboys saying the Cowboys would beat the Niners was not a chic weird thing. The Cowboys were a good team.
That was a damn good football. And look, the defense played out of its mind that game.
I want to say that was the year Dak was second in MVP, right? We're talking about 2 years ago, or was that the year before?
No, that was the year before. You're
right, Dak. That's Packers. That's Packers when they were second MVP.
Yeah.
Right?
So the year before that against 49ers, where I mean, look, they were backs against the wall, nothing to lose, and that was the game where I thought, all right, like Dak can do something here, like again. Whereas versus last year, like you expected him to do something. So anyway, I'm still putting him in my top 12.
No Jalen Hurts.
But
as much as I hate on Jalen Hurts, the fact you don't have in the
having
top
no Jalen Hurts or having no Jaden Daniels in your top 10 is kind of
no
bonkers
Jared Goff
to me.
either. He's falling
and
off,
no
too.
Jared Goff either. But the fact that you had Geno Smith and Justin Herbert in your top 10 is kind of wild to me. And Jordan Love. So there you have it. All right, coming up next, get out a little early, but that's why, because this guy's been all over the place today. He's got a story about his suggestion on whether, what the Mavericks are going to do with Chris Paul. Talked about it on the Rich Eisen show, and now he's coming on Fan After Dark to talk about it. Eric Pinkis, lead reporter for Bleacher Report, joins us next.
Coming up Monday morning on Sean and RJ, who is our NBA champion, and a concert ticket giveaway in the 7 and 9 o'clock hour. It's a Monday morning.
Get your free home valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
What's up, Tolos? It's Peyton of Sean and RJ, and I'm here to talk to you about our fan ambassador, Peyton, because of course you need more Peyton in your life. Peyton is an amazing dog that is great with other dogs and cats and is one chill customer, like me. You can check out Peyton and other fan ambassadors ready for adoption at 1053thefan.com/adopt.
Back to 105.3 The Fan, and this upcoming segment is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. Back-to-back #1 Chevy dealership in the world. They got Silverados, Tahoes, Blazers, Malibus, Equinox, and more. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive, relax, and enjoy the difference. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 and 2024.
What a read by Jacob Ray, a.k.a. New Guy Jake. We're celebrating the last 48 hours, really the last, 28 hours of him as a 21-year-old kid as he becomes a man on Sunday when he becomes a 22-year-old.
I would agree.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's jump out of the D&M Leasing Hotline. Welcome to the program. Lead NBA writer, one of the most respected writers covering all things NBA, and also the general manager. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited to ask him about this because I'm very curious about this, the sports business classroom. But we'll get to that in the program, in the conversation as well. Let's welcome to the program Mr. Eric Pinkis. Eric, you've got the internet going nuts today because apparently when you make a prediction in today's internet age, I guess it's just you saying it's actually going to happen. Maverick fans are excited because, hey, what's Chris Paul got left in the tank at 40 years old, and what are you hearing as far as whether or not he will be a Maverick or not?
Well, yeah, it is one of those things about aggregation. It's a modern era where I can write a projection and say, yeah, looking at the market, it makes a lot of sense. I put a lot of time into doing some research, a lot of time into doing conversation intel. It's not written off of nothing. So, right. Yeah, it's a possibility. It's not based on, I didn't talk to the Mavericks, I didn't talk to Chris Paul, and I didn't get, this is happening. So to jump to that conclusion, I don't think is reasonable. But that said, the Mavericks have an obvious problem, right? Kyrie Irving is hurt. We don't know the exact time frame because it's not knowable. He's over 30 and coming back from an ACL. It could take a year, it could take 9 months, it could take 30, it could be January, February, March. And so they need a lead guard. And if you saw what Chris did, didn't he play like 82 last year with San Antonio? I've been around Chris for a long time when he was in LA. I mean, he's a brilliant point guard. And yes, you rely on a guy that old, you're risking, that he could get hurt, of course. But they don't necessarily need someone to carry the team. They need somebody who is a brilliant mind. He's one of the best point guards of his generation, and I don't know where he is on the all-time list, but we could have that conversation. So they need a guard, and it could be something like going crazy and going for like a Drew Holiday to see if Dallas will move him, see if Lonzo Ball will be available from Chicago, and Chris Paul is just easier because he's a free agent and you don't have to give to get. So if he'll come, it would solve that problem, makes things a little bit easier for the Dallas Mavericks.
Let's get spicy here since we got you here on the fan with us. If you had to project one player that was on the Mavericks last year that will not be on the Mavericks next year, who would that be?
That's a good question. We could start looking at two ways and I can just cheap out. But realistically, when you get the chance to get Cooper Flagg, which is incredible. Mm-hmm. The guy is a scoring player, but I think what shocked people was his ability to defend. And so you add a defensive forward with Anthony Davis, and Anthony can play both 4 and 5. You start to reach a logjam. And so you look at the extra bigs that they have. I think between Gafford and PJ, it kind of feels like it doesn't hurt to have an extra center. But I don't know exactly because AD loves to play power forward, and if Cooper's real position is power forward, yeah, they could play 3-4, but I feel like PJ gets squeezed out a little bit. So I think there's room for Gafford and Lively and AD if AD's playing 4, and Cooper could start at 3, and then you rotate up and have everyone play up a little bit, and then you have some insurance for injuries. I think Najee played too well to move. Mm-hmm. Clay is such an incredible shooter and also is a name and a guy that, I think PJ seems to be the guy that might be the one that gets squeezed and I think he has value. He's in the last year of his contract. He could help a playoff team. He's championship finals. Obviously they didn't get the ring, but he's final NBA finals experience. So That's just off the top of my head. I'm sure I can come up with another couple of names, but I think he's been a really important part of what Dallas has done. But who knew that, Luka wouldn't be there, that you have Anthony Davis, and you get Cooper Flag. If we named all these things happening in a year ago, I mean, we'd be crazy. No one would say these things would ever happen, but here we are. So it's crazy.
If you don't mind, I'd love to dive deeper into that, because I was kind of on the same thought process of you, that the moment the Mavericks got the number 1 pick, I said PJ Washington's gone. I made plenty of posts about it, talked about it on the radio, and was pretty confident in that just based on the position. The more I thought about it and kind of thought about some other scenarios, and I think even Jason Kidd went on a podcast and kind of mentioned them playing big. Do you think there's a possibility of PJ or Cooper playing kind of that 2 position and keeping them, and maybe moving Klay to the bench and or trading? Or do you think that's not plausible and they would probably get moved and not be on the bench?
Well, they could certainly, like, a coach is not going to say, yeah, we got to trade these guys. You know what I mean? So I try to take what they say, with a grain of salt. But I would, yes, you could move Klay. I think the shooting aspect, and he's older, we know that, and his defense is not what it was. But this is a team that's going to need the floor space. And there's no better floor spacer, outside of Steph of the last, 10, 20 years than Klay Thompson. And so it doesn't matter. If he shoots 36%, you're fine. You know what I mean? Because he is still spacing the floor. And if he shoots 38, and if he gets up to 40%, the space is just right there. You have to account for Klay Thompson, and I don't care how well he's playing. Now, he's not the same defender he used to be, but now if you surround him with defenders, you're not really worried about Klay. And there was a time he was one of the best defenders in the league at his position, so that knowledge and that experience, the brain is still there. Unfortunately, as we can all attest, as we start to get a little bit older, the body doesn't move as well, and he's gone through some brutal injuries. So, yeah, of course it's possible. Of course the Mavericks have to go through all opportunities, see what's available, and this is a very win-now situation for them, because they went and made the AD move, saying that this is how you win, and you're saying that Luka's not that way, and so you got to live up to that. You got to prove that was the right call. And so everything that, in my mind at least, everything they're trying to do is about winning right now.
Eric Pinkis, national NBA writer, lead NBA writer for Bleacher Report, joining us here talking all things Dallas Mavs and the NBA. One last thing about the Dallas Mavericks. Look, the Knicks may have reached out to you about their head coaching vacancy at the rate things are going right now. 2 things. One, how surprised are you that they've kind of gone somewhat haphazardly with this search as far as who they're reaching out to? And B, why do we keep hearing Jason Kidd's name, even though the Mavericks have already said no thank you?
Yeah, I wrote on that. It's not, nothing is over until it's over. You know what I'm saying? So until they have a hire, Kidd is a possibility. And Jason is, he's a businessman. He's somebody who's, what's the right word? He's not afraid of a little chaos. No. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's he got his way out of Milwaukee because of he's had some. The way he's gotten jobs and the way he's gotten out of jobs has not always been clean.
Right. That's the same thing with Brooklyn, right?
Right. So I think if Jason Kidd wants to leave, then he's going to leave. And I don't think the Dallas Mavericks are going to hold him in a situation where he doesn't want to be there and he wants to leave. And if you have Cooper Flag, you can't have like a bad toxic situation. Is Jason Kidd going to make it toxic? I am not saying he would.
Right.
Or rather, I'm not saying he will. I'm saying he could. That's like Jason Kidd is not afraid to do that. And look, I'm not in any way saying this is a bad dude or he is somebody who has had a Hall of Fame championship NBA career. He's been a head coach taking a team to the NBA Finals. So this is not denigrating Jason Kidd. But if he actively doesn't want to be there and if coaching the Knicks is his dream and this is what he wants to do, well, then that's what's going to happen. So until the Knicks make a hire, you have to at least consider that Jason Kidd might be on that list. And they could have already agreed this is happening. I'm not saying it's happened that way. Please don't aggregators. Let's not. If they did agree, then we're still on track for they're going through the motions and they're waiting for Kidd to blow SH up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that happens, but it certainly could.
Well, speaking of things that were waiting to happen, we got the draft just around the corner. I want to ask you about a couple of draft stories. The One of the bigger ones, I would say kind of under all the Katie stuff, is the situation with Ace Bailey. I'd love for you to kind of speak on what is going on with him denying workouts, what teams are interested in him, and then also kind of bringing it back to the Mavericks. We heard some rumblings that the Mavericks are trying to trade back into the first round, maybe even get Cooper Flagg's teammate, and kind of the smoke you've heard around those two things.
Yeah, I mean, they could get another pick. It's always dangerous. Like, Flagg is not, like a typical rookie. A typical rookie barely makes an impact, and they've shown the Mavericks with Lively that you can get a big, and a big might be able to help you. And then we saw Zach Edey, and so even Missy with the Pelicans. So I think a lot of teams are looking at the draft and thinking, I really feel like they're going to copy, this is my opinion, that they're going to copy what the Dallas Mavericks did with Lively, thinking they can get a rotation big right off the bat. But when it comes to like the Ace Bailey thing, I would say there's not a lot of ball handling guards, so you might be able to get one in the 20s. So yeah, they could Fears or whatever. Like you could get somebody. There are. I wouldn't say there's like a Kyrie or a Ja in this draft. Outside of two, like you have Dylan Harper, you have Cooper Flagg, but starting at 3, there's no like, I have the ball, I'm going to create all the offense for that team, and there's nothing you can do about it type of point guard. And there's not like a tremendous long list of like absolutely jump out the gym forwards or wings. So it's really a bunch of bigs who I think are going to go high, and then a bunch of wings who are now, it's what do you like best? Do you want a combo guard? Do you want someone like Ace Bailey, who's maybe a Paul George given the time, or maybe he's Cam Reddish, who it could be that kind of range. So on the agent side, like I don't know the agent personally. I'm agnostic with such things where I say what they're doing is certainly a choice. They're canceling workouts. They're being difficult, and this could be strategic. And they're going to get their guy. Maybe he wants to go to Washington. Yeah. I think Washington's like 6. I think.
Yeah, they're 6.
And maybe he looks at that as like, this is the perfect opportunity to be on a bad team, but I'm going to play. I'm going to get the opportunity to get 30 minutes a game as a rookie, and they're going to put all the effort into developing young players, as opposed to going to a better team like Philadelphia, where they're trying to win. He comes off the bench behind Paul George and maybe gets 15, 12 minutes a game. Or maybe not at all. Maybe he's not even a rotation. So this could be that, or it could just be incompetence and not knowing how to handle your business. And this is the agent doesn't have other NBA clients yet, but he could be a great agent just getting his start, or it could be somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. I don't make decisions until I see the outcome, and sometimes those outcomes you don't know for 2-3 years as well. So. I just tend to be a little more patient, and I know we're supposed to, as basketball evaluators, we're supposed to yell at like everything that happens immediately. I do try to be a little bit more patient, even if it's a little bit less of a fiery take. But I'm very curious to see if this is genius or incompetence, or maybe both. It could be both.
And how much of it too is the fact that, look, this is kind of an uneventful draft, if we're being honest. I mean, Cooper Flagg's going 1. We know Ace Bailey's going, or not Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper's going 2. And we don't know. And there's really nobody else after that, right? I mean, Ace Bailey and the Pips at that point, right? So it's like there's really nobody. I mean, and look, I mean, I'm a Jayhawk, so I mean, look, I'm of that old school. Like I remember guys staying 2, 3, 4 years, and it just feels like now with the draft, we just there's just a lot of unknowns, and it feels like even more unknown after those first 2 picks. Let me ask you this though, and again, divulge as much as you want. Here's what I'm thinking. I've been saying for months that it was too convenient with this Luka trade to L.A. I've been saying there was a conspiracy behind it, and that's just my own feeling. The more I look into it, Cooper Flagg goes number 1 to the Mavericks. Come on, and now 10 to possibly $12 billion is what the Lakers are being sold for, which I'd have a hard time believing you're fetching that if you didn't have Luka Doncic in the mix. Whether there's a conspiracy or not, how surprised were you that the Lakers were sold the other day?
Okay, I thought I'll just say that, like, if you want to talk about odds, the odds of us existing as human beings based on like, I don't want to get into the sex education talk, but like the odds of us existing and then the odds of us growing and living and be on the radio together is statistically impossible. This was like 2 out of 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
That the Mavs jumped. Now and also like the reality is like the NBA doesn't, like teams don't do what the NBA wants them to do. If the NBA goes to a GM or an owner and says, we need you to do this, the GM or the owner says, F you, I'm not doing that. This is my team.
Yeah.
So there's just a certain element of like the NBA's power is not anywhere close to what people might perceive. As far as the Lakers selling, it's a much more complicated topic about basically, I don't know if you've seen the show Succession.
Absolutely.
Yes. We have been watching a 20, 30 year 30 season or whatever version of it. I got to know the Buss family through the years, just growing up in LA. I know all of the 6 of the main siblings who are, and the reality is that there's 4 of one generation, there's 2 of a younger generation. And the way that their setup is that it all goes in inheritance. It stays in the family. So, just the natural, we all eventually age. And if some are in the 60s and 70s and the youngest generation's in the 30s, 40s, that eventually it's going to go to their families, the youngest families, instead of the family. So that's what happened here. They sold because, and really the issue is it was about waiting until the NBA had a new broadcast deal.
Okay.
And a new CBA. And now that we have them, now the money's in. That's why the league is probably going to look at expansion next.
Right.
And these are natural things that were inevitable, regardless of Luka coming to the Lakers are worth $1 zillion. Forbes is great at what they do, but they always undersell because they don't, they do a great job of projecting what valuations are, but they're always off by like, $2 billion, which is a big amount.
Big number.
Now, now the Lakers did they go higher than expected? I mean, kind of, but also like if you want the Lakers, you've got to pay above asking. Otherwise, it's not that different than getting Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
If you really want Desmond Bane, you give 2 extra picks. This is the equivalent of 2 extra picks, a 2, 3, 4 extra $1 billion, which would be nice to have lying around. I don't have that lying around, but
be cool if you did. By the way, is Jim Buss Kendall or Connor?
Oh, shit.
All right, real quick. I got about 30 seconds. Sports Business Classroom. I am fascinated by stuff like this. What the hell is it? Tell me about it, and should we join it?
Sure. Well, we have 5 spots left. That's actually true.
Okay.
I just got one of my friends just signed up as an agent. And he became our 6th before we got to 5 to go. And we represent, 4 different majors. Salary cap, which is learning from me, Bobby Marks, some other incredible people about how the rules work. Then there's scouting, video, analytics, which is the why of basketball operations. Why do you build a team? Why do you play a certain kind of way? Why do you do what you do in terms of strategy? And then we have media broadcast, which also I do as well. You do as well. Whether you want to be on camera or you want to be a writer,
right?
All those sort of things. And then we have a new major this year called athlete representation, which is about representing players as agents. And it's at Summer League, and we are actively trying to help people get jobs. We are very close to getting 2 rings for 2 former students, but that requires the Pacers to win.
Nice.
And so I kind of root for the Pacers for that. I have another student who works for the Thunder, but, 2 versus 1, I have to kind of pull for the Pacers. So reach out. It's sportsbusinessclassroom.com, and you can reach out. You can find me on Twitter/X at Eric Pinkis, EricPincus. Hit me with a DM, and I'm happy to talk it through if anyone has any questions and whatnot.
Eric, I'll tell you what, my man, I appreciate you jumping on today. I appreciate your responsiveness, and enjoy the game. We didn't even get to the finals talk, but hey, enjoy it. We already know where you feel. Enjoy the game on Sunday, and let's do this again real soon after the draft.
All right, anytime. Thanks
appreciate you, brother. There you go. Eric Pinkis, a lot to get to. Second hour coming up. Don't go anywhere.
Late night for a reason.
A new way of life is evolving.
It's Fan After Dark on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica.
We are Rowdy Cowgirls from DFW's #1 sports bar, the Rowdy Cowboy. Join us for a Texas-sized menu, 69 large TVs, and ice-cold beer at Rowdy Cowboy, located at 1713 Crossroads Drive in Grapevine. RowdyCowboy.com.
It starts with a simple order, a cold Dos Equis dressed with salt and lime. But for the salt clinging to the bottle and the lime perched on top, this is the luckiest of unions. As if the universe has swiped right, pairing flavors together with a crisp Dos Equis. This is refreshment designed by fate, blessed by destiny, and served by bartenders. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them...
Wasn't it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens.
Pre-Club?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Blink and you miss it.
No 182?
I'm sorry, what?
No 182?
What the hell's 182?
We said blink and you miss it.
Oh. I mean, this guy with the dad jokes too. I mean, what are we talking about? You geezer, for God's sakes. Okay. I mean, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. Eric Pinkis just dropping bombs.
Dropping bombs.
I'll tell you what. You know what I appreciate about NBA writers? None of them will indulge me on my conspiracy theory.
I knew that question was not to go into conspiracy theories. I know you're a national writer, but can you go ahead and just post on Bleacher Report that it was a conspiracy?
Absolutely. I do. I want to get their thoughts on it.
You thought he was going to answer that on air, but you know what? It actually is a conspiracy.
I appreciate what he said. I mean, they all say this. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And I look, he's in the know, all right? And I get it, but there's also and look, I thoroughly enjoyed having him on. That said, I still believe the NBA, if they want to maneuver things, they can. And I will remain a skeptic in that sense, and I've been skeptical since this thing went down. And I maintain said skepticism.
I'm sad. Missed opportunity yesterday. We had a lot of listeners, a lot of texters, and not one time did I shout out my social media. Could have grown it a bunch, probably.
We both could have.
And I didn't say it one time. Probably with some of the most listeners we had.
You know what? I mean, look, here's the thing. We were locked into providing a quality show. I did have one person follow me yesterday. I guess they just looked me up on Twitter. It was, let's see, who was it?
Shout out.
Well, I know it wasn't the fan retweeting anything because they obviously, apparently, they're just, whatever. No big deal. I guess you guys can find out whenever your show's on, whenever you want to. Who was it? A New Era 17-2. At Lucas Gardner followed me yesterday.
Shout out to Preston Enoch. He followed me yesterday too.
Okay. Preston and Lucas, real ones.
Yes.
The newest members of Fan After Dark as far as following us.
I'll tell you what, dude, my Twitter's blowing up. Every time I do KNC, I got to post the show and I tag myself at the bottom, and I've gotten like
good call
30 followers. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
What are you up to now?
Like 75.
75?
Yeah.
There you go. That's all right.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
I had to redo my Twitter. Oh, I was so mad. Right before I got the job here. I had like a decent following, like 2,000.
Yeah.
And right before I got the job here, I got my account locked out and I had 0 followers working.
Why did they lock you out? Did they say?
No, someone got I guess my password got leaked. Someone got someone got my thing and then changed the password and I could never log back into.
Well, yeah, then you got to reach out and report it. You didn't do that?
I tried.
Obviously not hard enough.
What was I supposed to say?
There's a process you can follow.
And I
same thing happened to me.
I sent it, and they just said,
no, you got to. No, you have to.
Well, send 10 emails a day.
That's exact. You have to raw dog them.
I gave them.
Okay.
I sent 2 emails. They didn't respond to any.
You're not about that life. About that life. See, I went to a special link and found it. I showed them receipts.
I'm just
reading.
Huh?
Fred's a Karen.
I'm not a Karen.
Let's talk to management.
I need a direct link to your supervisor. None of this manager beat.
Let me tell you what. Look, I will talk to a manager when it's necessary. Okay, I will, but I don't do it. I don't do it unnecessarily. Let me make that clear. All right, I only do it when there's a problem that this person refuses to do anything about. Sometimes you got to talk to the manager. Like, look, I'm not here to make problems, but there's no ice in my drink.
There's a bug on my fork. So if you could maybe just give me a new fork, don't even worry about the new meal.
Pretty sure I said gluten-free, okay? Pretty sure I said gluten-free. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling kind of verklempt. I'm feeling a little inflammatory here, and it's got something to do.
I'm scared. I'm probably going to do that one day.
With those rolls.
Someone's going to have an allergy, and I give them something that the allergy
probably kill them.
Or I probably have already done it.
My girlfriend got a salad once, like 2 months ago from this salad place, and she's like deathly allergic to peanuts, and you know what they put in her salad is peanuts. So
lace them up with peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
My mom can relate. They'll just throw some little almonds in there or some cashews.
Yeah.
And the server doesn't know any better.
They don't.
Oh, no, it's just
Are
salad.
they supposed to ask, though?
I think she put something in the note, but I don't know.
Here's my question. Should you, as the person with said peanut allergy, make it clear to the person making said dish, hey, no peanuts, please?
If you're smart. So my mom tells every time a waitress or waiter comes to the table, she hits them with all the allergies. Me, I think being a decent server, one of the first 20 words out of my mouth is there any allergies or dietary restrictions?
Yeah.
Look at the whole table.
Right.
Because sometimes people are like, I'm just kind of doing my thing. But I always take that very seriously.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are we doing keto? Are we doing no gluten, no nightshade, no allium?
I don't have time. I mean, who's got time to be... What are we doing?
Oh, this point, you'd be surprised. People to come in.
Oh, no, I believe it. I mean, I'm a...
It's called a nightshade allergy.
Yeah, that's too much.
No onions, no celery, no dairy.
I just push through.
I just feel like if you have a bunch of allergies, stay at the house now.
I was going to say, no one's got time to sit there and nickel and dime
and
the
remake the menu for you.
So I could, because you've got 17 and 15 of them are in your head.
Hey, you know I'm not going to disagree.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think about allergies.
What are we doing?
I don't want to offend too many people on the phone. That was one of the first times I offended people.
10:07. I don't care.
I think that was one of the first time I offended people. It was like one of my first weeks. I went on a rant. I went on a rant about birds not being real and allergies not being real, and people were roasted. Well, then how did my sister?
Seriously.
I was like, hey, I don't know what to tell you.
Look, the allergy thing, people. Now, I will say this.
People are allergic to grass. Come on, bro.
I am allergic to penicillin.
See, I think being allergic to drugs is kind of a different thing.
And I'm legit allergic to penicillin. Like, I found out the hard way.
I'm allergic to codeine, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad. Ain't no sipping on some scissor for you anytime soon. Just try to dilute it with more Jolly Ranchers. I mean, again, I saw it on the internet, so
more 7-Up.
You know, whatever you're into. Maybe a little Kool-Aid. We talked about that at the... How
do you think Jake would have done on yesterday's quiz?
You know what?
Better than Kevin? I mean, Kevin didn't do that bad.
I was going to say, Khaki Kev.
It was like 5-7.
White Settlement's own didn't do too bad on the Juneteenth quiz yesterday, on the Juneteenth extra credit.
That's not a strong area in my game.
Well, okay. So, yeah, new guy Jake may not have done so well.
Maybe we should have done Kevin versus new guy Jake.
Well, he wasn't on the show yesterday.
I know. We'll just bring him in.
We'll do that at some point.
That's it.
Name your favorite 5 black people. Just watch them both.
I'll give you 10.
Yes, sir. Non-athletes.
Can I start with my honorable mention first? Are we doing actors? Are we doing athletes? Like, how do you want me to divide this up?
Michael Jordan.
That's right. All right, I'm here for it. Okay, let's get into it. Speaking of black people, let's talk about what Shaq had to say. And this was on his podcast. So him, Zach Randolph, and was it Goldberg? Not the Goldberg, but the dude.
Whoopi?
We can get into that too. That was a pretty good clip over the weekend.
Are we talking about Whoopi right now?
No. Who's the dude he does?
Not Tyler Perry, hopefully.
Why are we surprised by that? Is anybody really surprised by that?
On
Like new
and the stuff coming out the week of Juneteenth, not a good look.
Like newsflash. Like, I mean, seriously, who in their right mind thought Tyler Perry was straight? First of all,
I think it's less about him not being straight. I think it's more about the things he was doing.
The text messages.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't think anyone's like, oh my gosh, he's not straight. We're no longer going to support him. It was more like the stuff he did.
I just saw the one
thread.
Yeah,
it wasn't great. Did you read all of it? What he was trying to...
Well, it was just him and the dude talking back and forth.
There's definitely some...
Well, and he was like, eye roll or whatever it was. I mean, it was like, really? This is a grown-ass billionaire saying eye roll. Like, I mean, and, you know, getting his Trevor on, quite thirsty.
Quite thirsty. Where's Mr. Thirsty himself?
Where's Mr. Thirsty himself, a.k.a. Trevor the Creator?
I'm going to ask a question, then you continue with your sports comment. 877-881-1053. If any of you guys are listening right now, text in, what's the thirstiest thing you or a friend has done, and we'll compare it to Trevor.
Ooh, that's a good one. By the way, I tried watching his newest movie, Straw, on Netflix.
Just uncomfortable now?
What?
Watching the movie?
Oh no, it had nothing to do. I mean, look, I don't care what Tyler Perry does in his spare time.
No, I don't mean that he likes guys. I'm talking. Did you read the whole thread? The whole reason he's trending is not because he is. It was gay. That's not why.
It was what he said, right?
Yes.
But the little snippet I saw,
it was more about.
It didn't seem that.
How do I put this?
Aggressive,
making other men feel uncomfortable, and using language and using force, if you will.
I mean, why are we shocked by that?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm not like I said. How he did it, what he's doing, I don't care. I mean, he can do it. He can like whoever he wants. Anybody can like him. I don't care.
I mean, I'm talking about Hollywood. I mean, we've been.
That's not a good look. If everyone in Hollywood's just abusing people.
Hello, like where? I mean, where have you been?
No,
like,
I didn't say
what's been going on.
But we're not going to stand behind it. We're gonna put a fork in the road. Someone's got to change it. Fan After Dark in Dallas, Texas.
Well, I mean, look, I would love to get Tyler Perry on the program.
Would you?
And absolutely. I mean, look, hey, look, Tyler.
What happened?
Whatever you're into, that's on you. Okay, let's talk about. I'll tell you what. I thought he was great in Gone Girl. As the attorney,
you know what I'm starting to realize. You watch a lot of movies. Like you have a lot of movies in your catalog.
I mean, well, I don't.
Are you just going home and just watching 2 movies a night and just adding to your list?
I said Gone Girl.
I know.
That was a hot movie when it came out.
I know, but at the same time, I just feel like there's so many movies you've seen. Obviously, if I started naming like Harry Potter and some new age stuff, but for the most part, you probably have seen like 500 plus movies.
Look, you got to remember too, my generation, that's what we grew up on. We watched movies. That's what we did.
Went to the cinema.
We went to the cinema, right? Your generation watches TV shows.
Correct.
Not to say that ours, people my age don't watch TV shows, but give me a choice between getting into a show anymore or just watching a movie. Oh, give me a movie all day, every day.
Yeah.
Boom, 2 hours, I'm done. I don't have to commit to it. I'm out. I've seen it. I'm on to the next.
Go ahead and mark that. Just that little snippet there for me.
That's right. No, I tried watching Straw. And look, I love me some Taraji Henderson, but I got halfway through. I was like, I can't take this anymore. This is too much. Like, this poor woman's having the roughest day of her life.
Someone said, can't believe a decade has gone by that fast. I'm confused.
Decade of what?
Did we mention something that was a decade ago?
877-881-1053. What do you mean? A decade? I mean, yeah, a decade has gone by. Or maybe that's when Gone Girl came out. I don't know. Was it 10 years ago?
You tell me.
All I'm saying is, hey, look, Ben Affleck, great actor. Okay. Tyler Perry, phenomenal in that movie because he was being an actor. Like, it wasn't him dressed up as Medea. Like, he was actually being a dude in the movie, and he was damn good at it. So, I don't know.
Where was the Tyler Perry going?
I was a fan of it.
You just want to say you enjoyed Tyler Perry?
I just enjoyed him acting because I'd never seen him act outside of, the Medea movies. And I was like, oh, okay, look at my man can actually act in a different kind of role.
Oh, he can act in a bunch of different roles.
Now the texting role, that's... And I guess my thing is this when it comes to Tyler Perry.
Somehow this turned into a Tyler Perry segment.
I don't know how we got into it. When you read where that guy came from, I mean, it's phenomenal. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of saddened by the fact that he's over here, I guess being aggressive on the text lines. But I'm fascinated by this guy's story. Like, this dude was literally living out of his car, writing plays and putting plays together.
Dude, that sounds like everybody in Hollywood. What?
Oh, yeah, and they became moguls. I mean, that's my point.
A little overrated. Tyler Perry, in my opinion.
Man.
Take away the Medea. It was a little overrated. Just my personal
It is a bit. I mean, it's a little much. It's a little much.
And
I just appreciate.
Now that this is turning into a movie segment,
mogulness.
I'm not a fan of characters who don't change.
Right.
And so the same reason this is a random comparison, but Kevin from The Office. How he has the same persona every episode of like, I'm going to giggle and laugh and just be dumb. Like, to me, one episode is enough. I don't need 9 seasons of Kevin.
But that's who
I get
he
it. I get
is.
it. And some people love it. I don't personally. Same with Tyler Perry and Medea.
So you don't want to be wine dined at 69?
It's funny the first time, but it's like I already know what he's going to say. Nothing. Dwight Schrute, complete opposite. I have no idea what's going to come out of his mouth every time. Even if I've seen the episode,
but you don't.
Even if I've seen the episode, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this guy said that. With Kevin, predictable. Tyler Perry, the reason I'm making the comparison to Medea, it's like, okay, I know it's going to be some smart aleck response and sassy, and
exactly.
I get it. I already know. If I can predict the lines, it's not great screenplay. My personal opinion.
I mean, the fact that he made a fortune around being dressed up as a woman, I mean, should that have surprised us?
Should have told him.
I mean, shouldn't we have
Nobody.
known? I mean,
What a great actor.
Didn't we see the writing on the wall that maybe Tyler was...
Or the writing on the script, if you will.
Or whatever it's going to be. All right, coming up next, Jake's got parlays. He's got a birthday coming up. What is he going to do for the Big 22? Your text messages more. Don't go anywhere. It's Fan After Dark.
Time to put the kiddos down and turn your radio up. It's
the cool and the crazy.
Fan After Dark.
Uber Eats has low fee products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before. Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel. Oh, is that your name? No, I mean, your name. No, I'm Chad. My name's Chad. Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut. But that's hair in your hair. I'm not saying this is your hair. Okay, forget it.
up Ray. We are now down to 25 and a half hours before we celebrate the life. I don't want to. I mean, it sounds like he's dead, but no, we're
Passage of time.
That's
as
right.
Bobby Belt said it the other day.
When were you born? Do you know what time you were born? Oh, you you should because you got a twin, don't you?
Yeah, I was born at 10:07. She was born at 10:08.
Morning or night?
At night.
There you go. Shout out to I was born at 10:32. So
morning or night?
Night, bro. 10:32 p.m. right before the George Michael Sports Machine.
Beautiful.
Blake, do you know what time you were born?
Nope.
Let's see. Which birth are we talking about here? I gotta remember.
Boo, tomatoes.
You don't remember
bad
when you were
joke.
born?
Bad joke.
I mean, if you can tell bad dad jokes, I can too. Okay, how about that?
No, I don't. Did you say I don't remember? At every day, of course. That's plastered in front of my bedroom.
I know what time I was born.
Because you're old.
Text your mom. Ask her what time you were born.
Okay.
I guarantee you, Mama Kim will know.
She definitely knows.
She's got
to know.
When
do we want to make a? Do we think Blake was born in the morning or the nighttime?
Blake's definitely like a 6 a.m. baby.
I'm gonna give myself. I'm gonna guess 4:35.
A or P?
P.
4:35 P.
Like Cowboys are losing like 21-0 midway through the second quarter.
I feel like we looked up what day you were born on. Do we think you were born on a Sunday?
Oh, I thought you were going to say I was like October 3rd.
No, fool. What day of the week?
I think we looked it up one day.
Did. No, we did.
October
Can't take this guy anywhere.
3rd, 1999.
I think that's Tyler Perry's birthday.
Oh. I think Tyler Perry was in Atlanta that day. It was a Sunday. I think the Cowboys were playing.
That's it. Took an L. I think they lost that. We looked it up.
I think it was the
We
Commanders.
looked it up. They lost that
The
game.
Redskins back then. Are we allowed to say that?
You can say the Redskins.
It's
You just can't glorify it. Is what it is.
I
You
hate
say
it. Terrible name. For anyone listening.
Anyway, I'm not going to say it.
Now we're actually going to get in trouble. Whatever Fred's going to say.
Hold on. Has she responded yet?
No,
okay.
She's working. She's working an event.
Oh, like right now? Okay. All right. So while we wait for Mama Kim to tell us what time young Blake was born at way back when in 1999, Jake, you like a little action on your games?
I love having motion, Fred. I know you know that. So I had to do a little bit of digging because I don't think we placed this parlay like 3 weeks ago. So we have done one.
Oh my goodness, we did do it.
We have
a while
done
back.
one, and I still have the paper.
And yeah, Fred's the one that sold the parlay. If I remember correctly,
both did.
Wow, what did I sell? I thought mine hit. It was the goalie, right?
Calm down.
So
I swore mine was the Ottinger over on the saves. Right?
So Fred picked Anthony Edwards over 27 points to finish like 13.
And he was awful that night.
And then I thought Blake hit, but they did a stat correction for Ottinger, and he was short by a save. But don't fret, gentlemen. We are up $2.25.
Let's go.
Okay, that's all that matters.
We are up money.
It's not how you start, it's where you finish.
I was 2-0 on the week, so you guys got to pick up your end
He's
of the deal.
carrying it. He's carrying it for
My
us.
parlay went terrible last night.
Yeah, no,
nobody played in the second half. So.
No, you're trash.
Well, I think you could
Johnny
read it this year.
Furphy did. That's who played. Okay, Johnny
I would have
Furphy.
bet on Johnny Furphy.
I don't even think you could you?
As a young white male trying to grow a mullet, when he came to Tech, I was like, that's my guy.
Johnny Furphy, why he decided to go pro after 1 year, I'll tell you why he did it. Because international kids don't get NIL money.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because think about it, Zach Edey, the Purdue, never got $1 of NIL because why that rule is intact, I have no idea.
Where's Zach Edey from?
I want to say he's Canadian. I could be wrong about that. By the way, I also need to make a correction.
Is that international? Canada's North America.
It's not America though.
Okay.
It's not
USA.
Not the United States of America. So yeah, anybody from outside the United States is considered international, and so yeah, you didn't get. I want to say Edey's Canadian, but
it's a new rule, isn't it?
Well, I mean it's NIL, yeah.
Yeah.
But I misspoke yesterday.
Uh-oh.
So we talked about our girl Sophie Cunningham.
Okay.
Who, by the way, is
She's
from
not married to Kate Cunningham. I got ball sacked earlier today. So
wow,
yeah,
you bought that hook, line, and sinker. Okay, good for you.
I did.
So she actually is from Columbia, Missouri, which is where my cousin lives, and actually went to the high. No, that's not has anything to do with it. Because I did a deep dive on Sophie Cunningham. Not too deep, but
how late at night did you do this, Fred?
Just did a deep dive on Sophie Cunningham after the show.
Well, Indiana Fever have just been posting her pics left and right. What
do you mean her pics?
Just look at her. Just look at her Instagram.
Her Instagram or Indiana Fever? I thought we were talking about Indiana.
They're posting her pics.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay, they're posting her pics. But no, because I wanted to. She was like, "Oh, I've had a rough week or whatever. There's been all these lies said about me," and I'm thinking, I wonder if she's referring to the Suns CEO who was there was a lawsuit like 2 months ago, whatever, and they accused him of sleeping with Sophie Cunningham. And so I went back.
We're talking about Matt Ishba?
No. The CEO, like Bartlestein or something like that. Anywho, she denies it. I said that it happened. She denies it, said it never happened, not true. So anyway, I spoke yesterday as if it did happen. She's been accused of it in a lawsuit.
So let this be another. What was the old girl that got everybody in trouble for saying she slept with homeboy, and we all got in trouble. The girl you brought up.
Was it the chick on? Wait,
the one that Pat McAfee got in trouble for talking about.
Oh yeah, the girl from Ole Miss.
Yeah, we don't need an Ole Miss situation.
Well, this is it's not an Ole Miss situation. I mean, it's an actual lawsuit that she's being named in.
Was the Ole Miss one? Or was that just Twitter?
Yeah,
literally, that's all it was. No,
I still believe it happened.
They were thinking they were going to have a lawsuit after the fact, but this was like she was legitimately named in the lawsuit for having, and not like she's not getting sued, but the person is suing the Suns and are alleging that the CEO Bartlestein slept with Sophie Cunningham, and both the Suns, Bartlestein, and Cunningham have all come out and vehemently denied.
Isn't that surprising?
The accusations. So, again, I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I'm just telling you that last night I said they did.
Well, you know what this calls for?
Myself.
You know what this calls for? Are we on Monday?
We are on Monday.
Davis and David law firm.
We absolutely do.
Double D law firm. We'll break the case.
We will break the case.
Who are you representing?
Sophie.
Of course. Sell out. Sophie.
Why wouldn't I?
I'll take the harder case. Give me Bartholomew or whatever.
Bartlestein. I mean, I think her and Bartlestein, though, are on the same team, though.
Oh.
So we'll just,
So who are we fighting against?
Co-counsel.
The people?
The person that's alleging all this. Unnamed person. How dare they? Who do they think they are?
Just messing up the feng shui.
No pride.
Flippant accusations. Anywho, all right. So what are we working with on the parlay front?
Well, I have cooked together 10 picks just like last time for us to redeem ourselves. I'm going to start off just by giving the spread. So the Thunder are favored by 6.5 tomorrow. Not really a surprise. They're
Sunday.
at home. Sunday. On my birthday. Money line's looking Pacers plus 215, Thunder minus 265. Now, don't ask me the math on that. Minus 265 is a lot.
Pacers are going to win, so.
I think so, too.
Hope you guys know that.
I think so, too. All right, I'm going to try and run through this because they actually just dropped.
I think OKC wins, but I'd take the points. I'd take Pacers and the points.
Yeah, 6.5 is crazy.
You think like 4-point game kind of thing or what?
Oh, no, I think it's going to go down to the wire.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a 2-3 point game.
Kind of hard to pick with how much SGA shoots free throws,
Well, Scott Foster is going to ref.
Oh, good Lord.
Here's the thing at the NBA. I don't think the NBA cares who wins one. I don't think the NBA cares if the Pacers win.
They got 7.
They've got 7 games, and it's not like we're going to sit here and, all of a sudden we're going to, the country's going to become, clad in Indiana gold and blue or OKC blue, right? Like, we don't care.
NBA fans will care, and then after this game ends, the casual fans will move on to the next sport.
Well, the casual fans are going to be buying Cooper Flag jerseys on Monday. I mean, seriously, the NBA is like, hey, here we go. So yeah, I'm taking Indiana in the points.
Taking Indiana just winning straight up.
Okay,
I'm going to take Indiana as well. What do you guys think? What if like Giannis gets traded on Monday? Just to oversight. What if the Pacers win the championship and Giannis gets traded on Monday?
I think there's a high possibility that Giannis isn't moved until like right when the season starts. So give me Kevin Durant getting traded after the finals.
Like that too.
Oh, I totally think so. Or do we think he'll get traded after the draft?
Give it to me before
mid-draft.
I'm gonna give it before. I think teams are gonna move it for draft position because a lot of his stuff is draft pick related. his trade packages.
It is. I don't disagree with that. And the draft's what, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know KD should get moved before Wednesday.
Should.
Unless
he's getting in fist fights with his teammates, according to Boogie Cousins. So.
Well, and the funny part about that tweet was Boogie said it had nothing to do with you, but it was on your team, Killa. It was on your team, Killa.
Everyone's trying to figure out who the snitch was. Maurice O'Neal?
It's probably Brandon or
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal. Did you see the Legion Hoops headline today that they tweeted out?
Mm-mm. Hopefully you didn't get ball sacked because there's a Legion Hoops going around getting people.
Are they? Okay, so then I think I did then. Because it was like 29 teams admitted that they're not interested in trading for Bradley Beal.
Yeah. They also put out a tweet that said the Bucks are looking for like 8 first-round picks for Giannis. It's like
now that I believe. Now I'll tell you what, as ball sack as that sounds, I tell you what,
8's a little OD.
8 is insane. You're not wrong about that. But if you're getting 4 for Desmond Bane, 6 for Giannis does not. If Rudy Gobert and Mikal Bridges are fetching 5. I mean, you got to start with 6, right?
According to Shams, just out of nowhere, AD's fetching 4 or 5 too.
He's
just out of left
4 or
field.
5. Yeah. Seriously, just go ahead and drop that in there for what it's worth. All right, back to new guy Jake.
All right, so just like last time, I'm gonna run through 10 picks. Each of us get 2. If you like it, say aye. Number 1, TJ McConnell over under 8.5 points.
Over, yes.
You like it?
Me.
Is that
Give
you?
it to me.
All right, Fred. You know, I posted a tweet the other week, and I said that I think I could have been TJ McConnell if I would have locked in as a kid. I think I'm gritty enough.
He's got a super high release point. This guy jumps to the moon every time he shoots a jumper.
No, I
jumper's water though. I mean, beautiful.
Again, let's give Papa McConnell some props. Think about it. You've got a son in the NBA and a daughter in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Like you are putting in. We love the Kelseys up for how great they are as parents. Let's put some respect on the McConnells.
Oh yeah. All right, number 2, SGA over under 32.5.
Give me the over. This guy's dropping 40 tomorrow. Thunder could lose. There is no way on God's green earth SGA doesn't drop more than 35.
He's got to, right?
Like he
has.
He
to.
is going to ball hog tomorrow. Sunday. Give me over. That's my first.
Okay.
Love it. Tyrese Halliburton over under 13.5 points.
I wouldn't stay anywhere near this. I have no idea what this guy's going to do.
Yeah,
he could drop
like
30. He could drop 3.
Yeah.
Too volatile.
It's a game 7 though, so I've already taken McConnell in the over, and I'm going with OKC to win. So I mean, I'm over here riding this.
Pacers scoring 150 points.
Seriously, but somehow OKC scores 153.
I'm just gonna pass on that one.
You want to take that one?
I'm gonna pass on it.
No, you're gonna pass on it too.
I don't like it. I don't
okay.
Like it.
Okay.
I like the next one.
Go ahead. You're the birthday boy. What is the next
one? All right,
one?
number 4, Andrew Nembhard over under 10.5. I'm gonna take the over.
Nice.
Okay.
That's all.
Nims.
Number 5, Jalen Williams. Actually, I don't think Blake's going to like this one because of his 40 for SGA. Jalen Williams over under 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Ooh, okay, PRA.
30.5.
I probably would still take this. He could still have 25. He could have 26 and 5 and hit that.
Especially after he's like minus 40 yesterday too. I think he's going to bounce back.
That's literally just 26 and 5.
He's got to.
All right, gentlemen, who wants it?
Give it to me.
That's Fred. Right,
what Freddie, is it, plus 30.5?
30.5, yep.
That's PRA, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he might get that strictly on points, and then you add in rebounds and assists.
I mean, he can go 15, 7, and 8, and
seriously,
be good. So
I'm good. All right.
Number 6, Chet Holmgren, over under 10 rebounds.
The under on that clown.
I'm going to stay away from this because he hovers around 8 or 9 every night.
Completely agree. Tyrese Halliburton, over under 6.5 assists. It's a lot.
I just don't know how involved he's going to be. He might play the first quarter and be awesome. He might have 1 point and 1 assist at halftime. Like, that is so realistic from Tyrese Halliburton. I'm just staying away from his props.
I'm smelling hero ball from him. So, yeah, I don't love that one. Pascal Siakam, over under 20.5 points.
Give me the over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me the over. That's my second pick.
Yep. I like it.
I had Blake written all over it.
Demon Siakam. You see the tweets? Him with his eyes.
Aaron Nesmith, over under 9.5 points.
Ooh, Nesmith's
it's down to you. Because I got my 2, he's got his 2. So this is really the birthday boy deciding which second one he wants to take.
Can I do 2 same players on one parlay? Is that possible? I think it is.
It's your segment, bro. You can do whatever you want.
All right, I'm taking number 10. SGA over under 44.5 PRA.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Blake, this guy's gonna be all over the place.
Your 40 prediction better be right.
Oh, he's dropping 40. I mean, I feel like not even a betting system. I feel like in real life that makes sense, right? There's no way SGA has like 18 or 20. This guy gets 25 in his sleep before it's even a fourth quarter. It's going to be a close game. Nobody's getting blown out, I don't think.
Well, that, and he's been since the game, one game for all the marbles. I mean, his demeanor and the way he's gone about, like, hey, look, this is it. Like, we're going out guns blazing.
Like, Halliburton could legit have 35 or 3 tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised either way. Like, if SGA is anything less than 30, I will say I am surprised.
I agree.
Anything less than 30.
All right,
absolutely. No, he's good to go off tomorrow.
Real quick, because I know we got to get out. They dropped the props for week 1 for Cowboys and Eagles, so I wanted to give you guys the Cowboys ones.
Okay.
So week 1, Dak Prescott, over under 241.5.
Give me over.
I think over.
Give me Dak just showing out on week 1. I think they will lose to the Eagles, but give me Dak in a shootout. Give me Dak lighting it up week 1.
I love it.
George Pickens, we're getting him involved. Brian Schottenheimer knew some schemes, guys moving around.
Yeah.
I think the defense will look bad. The offense will keep up.
Love it. CeeDee Lamb, 77.5 yards. I think I'm slamming that over.
I'll let Fred do it. I'm taking the over on that.
What's George Pickens?
It's not on here yet. They don't have it. They got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. No George Pickens.
See, that's disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
What about what are we looking at in the running back game?
Nothing. Just Saquon over under 96.5.
So no Cowboys are listed?
You don't know who the starter's going to be. You do not know the starters, but you can't put a prop up.
Sure you can.
Javonte Williams over 3.5 carries.
You could do. Look, Javonte Williams is probably going to make the team unless he gets hurt, and Jaden Blue's making the team.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what they do have on here. They already have Xavier Worthy over half a rushing and receiving touchdown.
Already. Well, hey, is our boy Jay Ferg on there?
He is. Just for a touchdown. They got Luke Schoonmaker on here for a touchdown before they got Pickens though.
Wow,
that's crazy.
How about the fact that Schooney is at tight end U?
Yeah.
What's that tell you? Are we expecting is a breakout season for Schooney incoming?
I don't know. He better hope he don't get passed by Span 4.
He ain't worried about Span 4.
I don't know, man.
He ain't worried about Span. Look, Schooney, I'm telling you right now, on the Schooney bandwagon.
I'm also hammering that Saquon over. On the Cowboys run defense?
Yeah.
No, dropping 225 week 1.
I'm going to take the under on the 241.
Okay, I'm taking the over.
I don't see them. Now, I think there's going to be a lot of dinking and dunking that first. I'll tell you what, tight ends are going to eat that first week. I really believe that. All right, coming up next, let's do a little fair foul. Where are all the psychopaths? Well, we may have an answer for you. That's coming up, fair foul. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up Monday morning on Sean.
got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries.
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be Pepper Lady? Pepper Lady?
Wasn't it the Cinnamon Sisters?
Razor Blades.
Saffron Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Pre-curb?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
Time for a little fair or foul. All right, boys, this comes courtesy of the New York Post. Psychopaths are most likely to live in these 4 states, a frightening new study reveals. As it turns out, our personalities are, in fact, shaped by the environments we grew up in, and Nevada, New York, South Dakota, and Texas contain the highest percentage of those in possession of, quote, dark personality traits. A recent study conducted by Ingo Zettler, so you know it's got to be legit, Lau Littleholt, Benjamin Hilbig, Morgan Moshagan, and Martina Bader at the University of Copenhagen found that humans display different levels of dark personality traits depending on their location and the concentration of aversive societal conditions.
Big words.
That place possesses. Dark personality traits, or the dark triad, are recognized by psychologists as psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism, the desire or urge to exploit others. Meanwhile, ASC can be defined as societal circumstances that occur on a large collective scale, such as exploitation, fraud, corruption, inequality, and violence, among others. Quote, it is relatively well known that both genetic and socio-ecological factors shape individuals' personality. However, respective research has hardly considered ethically or socially adversive personality characteristics. That's a lot of stuff to really regurgitate, and I'm kind of tired of this article already. Fair or foul, Texas being a place where a lot of psychopaths live?
I think it's fair. I think if you think about highly populated areas, California.
Not on that list.
Texas, New York, Florida. A lot of crazy people. Psychopaths, yes.
Oh, yeah.
California, too chill to be psychopaths. Texas, what is that right at the middle point of the 2 places I just listed?
What about South Dakota being on this list? How do we feel about that?
That makes sense. That's probably where a lot of psychopaths end up fleeing to.
I feel like they probably just stay out of the way up there, though. I mean, there's so much room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So many
craters, caves, kind of thing. Just
canyons.
hiding. Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing
hiding in holes. Hello. Can you give me a loose cigarette?
It's Britain, buddy.
So we think all the Brits have somehow escaped to South Dakota.
What's a South Dakota accent then?
I mean,
Canadians
it's definitely not British. I mean,
Give me one then. If you're going to make fun of my accent, give me one. Yeah, not so easy on the spot.
I think it probably doesn't sound much different the way I'm talking right now.
Right now.
You
just need a straw.
Hey, my name's Blake Elliott. I live in South Dakota. I may or may not be a psychopath.
What are they talking like this?
You asked me what my South Dakota accent sounded like.
What about your North Dakota? A little bit more posh.
A little more of a drawl. Hey, where's all my psychopaths at?
Can you say hey like that again?
Hey, where's all my psychopaths at?
We're right here.
I didn't know all the Brits escaped to North Dakota.
You hear about the Boston Tea Party?
Haven't you ever seen Fargo?
Of
course you have.
I was about to say something.
Why would I ask that? Why would I ask that?
Dude, you've seen too many movies.
Now, technically, I haven't seen Fargo from beginning to end. I've seen parts of it. It was also a show, though, too. That's why I thought maybe you had seen it.
I haven't seen it start to end either.
Right?
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
No.
It sounded like an ice cream truck was just pulling up.
That sounded like a bike.
I was the only one you heard that too?
Yeah.
I thought it was coming out of my phone. I freaked out.
No,
but
I didn't hear anything.
Dude, I got out of my truck this morning, or when I got to work today, right as they were emptying the trash can across the street.
You thought it was GG's?
Dude, that parking garage reeked.
What, the one here at the station?
No, it was like so like the edge of the parking garage. It was like on the other side of that, like the apartment building right there. They were emptying that trash can, like the dumpster.
Okay. Have you found a place to live yet?
Not yet. We're still looking.
Did you look at that apartment complex I told you about?
It's on the list of places to tour. We're looking up in McKinney and then a couple spots in Addison, including that one.
Go to Addison, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's popping off in Addison.
Dude, a 5-minute drive to work.
You and your girlfriend get a crib?
Hopefully within the next 6 months.
That's Blake how that worked out for him.
He's young, though.
I've been dating my girlfirlfriend for 5 years,
yeah,
too.
He's young. He's
they've been off and on for 5 years. So I don't know if that's the magic number or not.
So it sounds like you guys can rekindle is what I'm hearing.
No kindling over here. We'll be getting an audiobook. No rekindling over here.
Not if there's no kindling or rekindling. So this will be y'all's first time living together.
Yes,
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah. Way to come to the conclusion.
I mean, Fred just had it in the left field. First time having an apartment together, huh?
Well, I mean,
you didn't do what at 16? Y'all didn't do the. So now
didn't you guys go to college together?
Yeah, we didn't live together though.
Okay, so yeah, that's a fair question. They went to college together. They could have easily have lived together for a short time while in college.
No, I wouldn't have traded my time with my buddies in college for.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with you.
So now who's next on the list? Khaki Kev. I mean, his girlfriend.
Dude, him and I have talked a couple. Like we bounce ideas off each other because I mean we're.
What if y'all just do a little?
Like a quad?
I would totally
little party house?
Yeah, totally could.
Khaki Kev and new guy Jake with their girlfriends running around.
Start a podcast together.
That would be wild.
Call it 22 and Caucasian.
Be wild. That I would tune into that show. I don't know how long I'd watch it, but I would definitely tune in for at least an episode. At least
22 episodes.
I guess I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to watch Jake and Khaki Kev and their girlfriends?
Are the girlfriends on the pod?
On the podcast.
Yeah.
No, it'd just be like.
Oh, wait, are we talking about a podcast? Or are we talking about like I thought we were talking about like a reality show.
Both.
Well, we can do that too.
Yeah, you gotta do a reality, dude. No, you gotta do a reality show.
Like Love Island, except it's just
it's
two white guys.
It's just two white guys and their girlfriends.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Make Kevin the camera guy halfway through. Hey, Kevin, do you mind filming this?
See, I get the vibes that it would be more, and I'm gonna say I don't even know why I'm gonna say this because neither one of you are gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. Did either one? I know you didn't. Did you ever watch the Chappelle Show?
A couple times, yeah. My pops had it on a few times.
Did you ever see the Mad Real World skit?
Did not.
Okay, so that's kind of what goes through my mind when I think of those four doing a reality show together. But considering you guys have never seen it,
I think you can put everyone on the radio on the fan in quads of four and in their own reality show square and kind of make it something.
I think so, yeah.
I think so. I mean, or just do it by show. You saying do it by show?
Doing it by show's boring. That's too easy. That's just easy pickings. That's just the show. Saying
you gotta mix dynamics.
You gotta mix dynamics. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Like put Blake on with like Sean.
But the problem is that's such a. But logistically.
Yeah.
Well, and this
That's just not
in
gonna
this
happen.
reality, none of us work here. We're reality TV stars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Foul. That's what I think of that idea.
Bobby Belt,
Foul.
Brian Broaddus, and Lucius.
Now that would be an interesting show.
And then just throw Carter in there too. Just fun.
Carter.
Yeah.
Just for bleeps and grins.
Alec Medford, CA.
I could see that. That'd be a fun show to watch.
Yeah.
That would be a fun show to watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun shows to watch, a fun show to listen to will be the Will Chambers goodbye episode tomorrow.
Yes. No, that is going to be
for all of our Tolos and Fatties out there. You know who you are. You guys know we all love Sweet Willie C, a.k.a. Will Chambers. The final iteration of the Fan Jam
be sad.
with Will and our boy, the three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold. Now, Chris CA's not going anywhere.
Who's producing?
That was
Khaki
actually
Kev.
that was the first show I ever produced on the weekends here. So
Was Fan Jam?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Kevin better have some clips ready. Hopefully he's listening
will.
right now. I need to hear Will's best moments on the air. At least
sure he
one
will.
segment of that. So he better be studying right now and catching some clips.
By the way, Will Chambers, the only person to greet me at 105 through the Fan in the hey, welcome to the station, Fred Davis. Crickets, except for Will Chambers.
Man.
Everybody
Dude, you
else.
should
No, I'll tell you what. I take that back. Will said hello and CA. But the younger guys, too cool for school.
Man.
Too cool for school. So the two professionals in the group, CA and Will, hey, welcome to the new guy. All the young guys, oh, we don't have to say hello to the new guy.
It's big of you, Fred, because you were very welcoming to me when I first got here.
I've been very welcoming to everybody that I
agree.
meet because that's the kind of guy I am.
Yep.
But what can I say?
I'm trying my best to find the email of when you got introduced and none of us responded because it was hilarious.
Except for Will and CA.
It was just a nice screenshot into the group chat. Who's this guy?
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I got the vibes when I did the shows with you guys, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Did
it.
they send the picture he's got on the fan cam of him looking like an FBI?
We didn't have that picture yet. We weren't privy to that yet.
Nobody had that yet.
I do have some great X-Files of Fred now. One when he's biking with absolutely no facial hair. That's hilarious. He's literally mountain biking with no facial hair with the tightest shirt you've ever seen on. That's a great photo that I have now.
First of all, that's an extra large. Thank you very much. Look,
an extra large that had been washed for 3 years.
It was a dry fit.
I mean,
and it wasn't dry.
It was a dry fit.
And it wasn't dry
because
anymore.
I'd been biking for 20 miles.
Dude, this guy had the tightest helmet on you've ever seen. It was not coming off his
safety
noggin.
first.
Was it one of those like
a biking
baby shell
helmet.
helmets, or was it one with those like built for speed?
No, it was a
It was like
helmet.
blue and white.
Yeah, it was red, white, and blue. Thank you very much. It was a U.S. flag. Thank you very
course.
much.
Checks out.
God forbid I represent my country.
While biking.
While biking.
You got to let them know.
Thank you very much.
People were texting in.
What are they saying?
The accent probably sounds like a Minnesota accent.
That makes sense.
From
That
North
makes
Dakota.
sense. I could see that.
Frederick Davis.
Since they're right there.
Just sounds Canadian.
Does it?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
I was going to say something else.
What were we going to say?
I'll tell you off the
North
air.
Dakota. New York and California easily have more psychopaths than Texas, and they both the opposite of Texas.
Well,
It's
New
like-
York is on that list, though. So the four states on the list, just to recap.
We have a lot of serial killers, bro.
Nevada. I don't think there's near as many as there used to be. Nevada, New York, South Dakota, and Texas.
In that order?
I mean, I don't think they power rank them. I just think of
Power rankings.
In this week's rankings of the psychopaths, Texas makes a move into the top 5.
They moved from 6 to 1. One of the biggest jumps we've seen in psychopath history.
Now, South Carolina jumps into our top 10 at number 8, but sliding down all the way to number 10, North Dakota.
We've seen some recent killers on the loose.
That's right.
You gotta start like a Fan After Dark Most Wanted list or something.
We should do that. Because, look, we are the official show of the Dallas Police Department.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Okay, we are the official show. In fact, my boy Billy D suggested, hey, go get a bail bondsman as a sponsor.
Somebody texted in this. This is Jagon and Terrell.
Jagon!
214 Jagon.
Friend of the program as well. And I'll tell you what, that is a Tolo Plus member.
Plus.
Plus.
This is for you, Jake. Fred Blake, holy cow, in all caps, new guy Jake. He looks in all caps exactly like my son.
Wow.
So are we
Wow.
figuring
Wire.
out that Maybe you have another dad running around out there, and it's Jagon and Terrell.
Oh boy.
No. I mean, don't disrespect Daddy Ray.
I'm not. I'm just going off the text. He said he looks exactly like my son.
I mean,
how old is his son? If
I was going to say, my
13,
guess is
he's pretty insulted.
Well, that would be insulting if he's like. I mean, if Jagon, who's around my age, maybe a couple years older, I mean, that would make sense that he would have a 21, 22-year-old son.
Does his son also struggle to grow facial hair?
Don't feel bad. Yeah, I tell you what. I have told now. I tell you what. Let's put a pin in that because I don't know if Khaki Kev is listening, but I told him. I said you need to shave. Okay, it looks like you have pubic hair on your face. I told him that. Okay,
that's what real friends do, though. We don't let our homeboys go.
I told him. I said, bro, I'm telling you this because I care about you.
If I smelled funky, be like, hey, bro. Wash out, bro.
If you got something in your teeth, whatever, like, no, bug hanging out your nose, like, bro, what are we doing?
This is the thing that guys do, and we'll get out of here. Guys roast other guys if they're friends on things that you can change.
100%.
I'm not gonna roast you, like, bro, your nose, like something that you can't change.
Yeah.
But if it's like, hey, bro, that outfit, or I mean, you could technically, your outfit or your smell.
But no, you'll still get roasted for it. But it's like you just go along.
Like I'd never make fun of Fred for not being able to read. Like I'd never make fun of his eyesight or his age.
No, stuff like that he can't control.
No, I can read. Let's make that clear. I'm not illiterate. I can read. It's just that my vision prevents me from reading clearly sometimes. What's that?
Maybe you have cataracts.
Or maybe I just need glasses because I took a shot to the head 2 years ago and I've never recovered. Coming up next, final out of the program. Don't go anywhere.
30 straight minutes without interruption. It's our Time Experts commercial.
Has Lola V products? I gotta remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name?
No, I mean like your name.
No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay, breathe me a little bit.
It is the Fan After Dark on a Friday night. We've got the weekend off, so you will not hear any Fred. You will not hear any Blake this weekend. We're going to be laying low. Whatever it is we decide to get into this particular weekend. I'll probably... I've got a back room that I've got 3 mounds of clothes that have been there since I moved here. And so it's probably time to do something with those.
I'm going to find some hidden gems in there.
Oh, I'm expecting to find, although I did discover this past weekend, I'd asked my daughter, I said, hey, you don't happen to have any of my workout shirts, do you? And she starts laughing. Oh, I've got a bunch of your stuff from when we helped you move that we took and we never told you. I said, that explains a lot because I was missing quite a few things. From the 214, serial killers still very much out there. They get caught nowadays before taking up high body counts like the Green River Killer. Interesting. I'm not saying that they're not out there. I'm sure we don't have the prolific serial killers. And I know this just from being a cop reporter back in the day, and this was, 10, 12, 13 years ago, whatever it was. Because, you got cameras everywhere nowadays. So, again, I'm not saying that there aren't serial killers out there, but you would have to really put in the work.
2 questions.
To be a serial killer.
Question number 1, who is leading top 10 WNBA All-Star first ballot returns came back today? Who are the top vote getters? See if you know ball.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is number 1 on the list of vote getters for the WNBA. She comes in with 515,000 from the Indiana Fever.
The Collier gal.
Number 2 from the Minnesota Lynx. 484,000.
There you go.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese all the way down at number 13. Not in the top 10.
Needs to get more rebounds.
173,000. There are 12 girls in front of her. Do we know who this is?
We know. Our girl Paige Beckers has got to be in the mix.
Paige is number 6. Dallas Gar 312.
Sabrina Ionescu.
Sabrina number 8, 234.
Okay. Let's go with our girl Asia.
Number 4, 394,000.
Who's that Sabrina chick on the Liberty as well? What's her name?
Are you thinking of Stewart?
Oh, yeah, Brianna Stewart.
Brianna Stewart, number 5, 367,000.
Yeah.
You are missing one heavy hitter and then some other.
Low key. Might it be Kelsey Plum? Low key. That's kind of weird. Low key.
I'm low key turned off.
I'm low key turned off by.
She comes in at
Kelsey
number.
Plum.
She comes in at number 11, 204,000. The other names: Kiki Irefin, from Washington, Lexi Hall from the Fever, or Lexi Hull, excuse me.
Okay.
Kelsey Mitchell from Indiana as well. So her whole team.
That whole squad up.
And then
no
also
Sophie. No Sophie on there.
No.
Give her time. Give Sophie a week. I guarantee you.
No Sophie. Alicia Gray, Jonquel Jones, and Asia Wilson, who y'all did not mention, is number 4.
I had that.
Did y'all mention Asia?
I mentioned Asia.
My bad.
I did.
Aaliyah Boston, who you did not mention. So
we did not mention Aaliyah.
The Indiana Fever have 1, 2, 3, 4 players in the top 10.
And when Sophie gets now that she's having her moment in the sun, give her a week. I mean, seriously, go to the Indiana Fever Twitter page and see the way they've been tweeting out her pictures.
You said her moment in the sun?
Yeah.
Perfect transition for me.
Like
the
that?
Phoenix Suns are still trying to move Kevin Durant as we're getting hourly updates. Right now, the Rockets have reportedly offered Jalen Green and the 10th overall pick for Kevin Durant, but it has not gone through because they've refused to include players like Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, and Reed Shepherd, who the Suns have heavy interest in.
If you're the Rockets, kick rocks if you think I'm giving you Reed Shepherd or
I know he wants out. I know he wants to go here. I'm not going to give you more than I need
anybody else. And by the way, Jalen Green. Did you see the video of him today with his 4-year-old girlfriend who looks like his mom in the video? I mean, it was too much.
Also talking about Kevin Durant
plummeting before our eyes.
Teams around the league believe the Miami Heat are close to the finish line in acquiring Kevin Durant and may need to add Khalil Ware, who had a phenomenal rookie season, to the package to finalize the deal. now. That's just the hourly report. I'm sure it'll be Minnesota by the time we get off the show.
If you're the Miami Heat,
what are they? Why would I give up
doing?
Khalil Ware, who's one of my best young players?
I was going to say, why am I giving up a young talent for 37-year-old
We got to win the
Kevin
championship
Durant?
this year, and we're not.
And you're not.
So
you know what you become? The Phoenix Suns. Yeah. I mean, you'll be a little bit better because, at least Spoelstra. Well, let's put it this way.
Tyler Hero and Devin Booker? DeAndre Ayton and Bam? Obviously, Bam's better, but
if you trade Hero, you're not doing anything.
No, if you trade Hero or Bam, then you are crazy.
Well, I'm just saying you'll be the Phoenix Suns in the sense that
you have no direction.
You're just like, hey, you'll be a fringe playoff team, but you're not going to win a title.
Yeah. Tyler Hero, Kevin Durant, and Bam is not moving.
No.
KD on the right team, I think, can swing a team to a championship contender. The Heat is not one of them.
The Rockets for sure.
The Rockets, the Timberwolves.
Because that's all they need. They need a guy that can go get you a bucket. Because they did not have that last year.
They were looking at Jalen Green.
And Jalen Green, I thought Jalen Green was that guy, and he's not.
As we're seeing, you need a guy on the perimeter that can do it.
Yeah.
Having a big that can do it is great, but Şengün can only do so much.
Right. No, you need somebody like and look, you don't need to play defense, right? Just be a guy out there.
Can I give a hot take? It just popped in my head.
I'd love to hear.
Just popped in my head. If I'm the Denver Nuggets, I'm trading Jamal Murray.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I don't think that's a hot take at all.
I think you realize how good Jokic is, and Murray is great in the playoffs sometimes, for the most part.
Sometimes.
But he's just too inconsistent in the regular season where they have they don't have a great seeding, so now they're playing on the road. They're having to just do more. And then when you get in the playoffs, it's yes, he has his moments. He is a playoff riser, all the great accolades you can say about Jamal Murray. But I just think maybe it's run its course. I would love to see Jokic with a different running mate, and I just don't know if Jamal Murray's we have to do this every year. We won a championship together, great.
Yeah, but do you really? But the only thing I'll push back on I don't disagree with you one bit, but then you're stuck with Michael Porter Jr.
No, I would trade both of them.
What if you package him for like a LaMelo Ball or something?
Giannis.
Or that'd be crazy. Like a Dame.
Would you? What if you could?
Could that coexist though?
Could you do Michael
Giannis
Porter Jr.
and Jokic?
No. Could you do MPJ, Jamal Murray, maybe a second-round pick for Jaylen Brown?
Might be able to.
I think Boston would consider it now. I don't know.
Oh, Boston would consider it in a heartbeat. But if I'm the Nuggets,
I would consider if I'm the Nuggets too.
I don't see Tatum and Michael Porter Jr. being able to play together.
I'm less worried about Boston. I hope their team stinks.
But my thing is I don't know. I mean, are you convinced Jaylen Brown can be that guy?
I mean, Jaylen Brown and Jokic is pretty good. They kind of cover up each other's deficiencies. But then you don't have a point guard.
I was going to say, does he though? I guess my thing with Jaylen Brown is, you need a bucket getter at that point. And is Jaylen Brown that kind of bucket getter? I don't think he is.
Every once in a while he shows it, but yeah.
No, every once in a while. I need consistency.
So who would you trade for? If you're the Nuggets and you have to upgrade from Jamal Murray, he's a great point guard. There's not that many point guards better than him that is actually attainable. You're not getting Jalen Brunson. You're not getting SGA. You're not getting Luka. Guys that are actually attainable. Maybe Trae Young.
I'll tell you what. I would kick the tire. I would be more interested in Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, I'm not mad at.
If you told me I could get Devin Booker for Jamal Murray, I'd like to keep Michael Porter Jr. at the very least.
You'd probably have to throw him in. Devin Booker's top 15 player.
But if I got to work in, don't think I'm trading my boy Christian Braun.
No, Christian Braun can stay. But then at that point, you got Booker and Braun. One of them's going to have to be the point guard. And Booker already said, when he was the point guard in Phoenix, he loved that. That's why they got Tyus, Chris Paul.
Yeah, you can go draft. You can draft one, and you probably get Russell Westbrook back. But
then who's coming off the bench? You putting Braun back on the bench?
Here's the thing. No, you're definitely not putting Braun.
We're just playing a small lineup.
Well, you can play Braun at the 3.
Okay.
Braun can be a 3-and-D guy.
Okay.
Braun can definitely be a 3. Now he's got to get better at the 3-point ball, because I think if there's one thing I noticed about him,
he's got to get guard KD then. If KD plays at 3.
No, he can do that.
Okay.
No, Braun can be that guy.
We're talking about Christian Braun, by the way, guys.
Christian Braun can be a legit 3-and-D guy for you in the NBA. Hell, dude, think about it. He jumped from 7.5 to 15 points a game.
So Devin Booker would be your trade?
Yeah. That's who I'd want. And look, he wants out of Phoenix.
I don't hate yours, Jake, of LaMelo. We know that he's kind of on the market, and the Hornets are
I don't know.
I just want him in a new position.
I do too.
What about LaMelo on the Clippers?
I'll tell you what. Look through your audio. I think I sent you a clip. This is perfect. And if I haven't, I'll send it to you right now. I'm going to send you a clip of Chris Broussard talking about LaMelo Ball and his issue with LaMelo Ball. Did you get that from me?
Not yet.
Okay, let me send it to you right now.
I thought he was going to go to the Magic before they traded for Bane. I know that was like the big
I
offseason
did
thing.
like that. I just think I hate seeing good players not on good teams, and I think there's a lot of players that could help. LaMelo being one, I think he could swing a team. Devin Booker, as much as I hate him and I hate the Suns, I still want him to be in a competitive situation. He could be on a lot better teams and being in these playoff runs. Like, we're not even seeing great players in these playoffs. All of them aren't making the playoffs.
Well, hold that thought, and you make a great point about that. All right, this is Chris Broussard, longtime NBA. He's been covering the NBA for a long time. You see him on Fox Sports, yada yada. This is him talking about LaMelo Ball.
Who wouldn't want to play with LaMelo Ball? Receive some fancy passes, be on a lot of highlight reels.
Wild.
Do I need to remind everyone? Fan voting. Oh my God. Okay? But he led all Eastern Conference guards in fan voting. Now the coaches didn't vote
Why
for
are
him.
we playing? Did
So
he get any
we have
votes from the
Dusty
coaches?
made
Probably
an
didn't get one
interesting,
coach vote.
highlight reel of LaMelo. Here he is getting a tattoo by 5 tattoo artists.
Yeah, he got a huge
And he
tattoo.
also was driving his go-kart on the roof of his, either he owns the building or it's an apartment complex. I'm not. And here's him just being awesome.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't want to play with LaMelo Ball, for the record, there's a good chance you can be on the Hornets and not play with LaMelo Ball. His last 4 years, 75 games, 26 games, 22 games, 47 games. Last year, the Hornets went 19-63. He won 16 games. Nevertheless, is trending upwards at 25 points, and I think LaMelo is on the verge of turning over a new leaf, perhaps.
Do you?
No, well, I'm trying to be the change you want to see in the world.
I will say, I don't know that any of these draftees has the level, like the panache, for lack of a better word, to just say, I don't want to play with LaMelo. Cooper Flagg probably does. He's the only, but he wasn't, I don't think they would even, visit him. Like, he would have had him for a visit. So, I don't think any of these players are good enough to be like, I don't want to play with LaMelo. Now, I also think, and I hope this changes, you guys know all last season I was pleading for LaMelo.
I think we might have cut it off at the best part when Chris Broussard was actually they spent so much damn time talking about everybody else but LaMelo at the beginning of the part. Play the last 5 or 10 seconds of Chris Broussard, what he's about to say about LaMelo.
Last season, I was pleading for LaMelo to start wanting to play winning basketball.
Yeah, that's.
But I honestly, I don't think he cares about winning.
No. Also,
I think he's just living the life. He's rich. He's famous.
You got
he's
guys like
popular.
Wilds.
Yeah, his game is nice. His numbers are great.
Taking a while to develop into a winning basketball.
I hope you're right, because he really is a special talent.
Crazy talented.
You and I have talked about this before when it comes to LaMelo Ball. He needs to your point, he needs to go somewhere else.
Give me the Clippers.
I don't know if the Clippers is the right spot.
Too much stardom going on there. He's been in Charlotte. So.
I don't even know if it has anything to do with the stardom.
Where does he need to go? Where are we going to get LaMelo on a winning basketball team with a winning basketball game?
It won't
Milwaukee?
happen. No. Which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Him and Giannis?
No, I've said on these airwaves time and time again, I would love to see him in Golden State. And yes, it obviously, well, of course, right, it's Golden State. No, yes, that's part of it. No, Steph, he needs to learn how to be a pro. And who does his game, as far as kind of how he plays?
Probably Trae Young, I'd say.
Well, Trae Young's kind of a poor man Steph Curry. I mean, they're all trying to be Steph. I mean, let's be real, okay? Yeah. So do you want to go learn from Trae, or do you want to go learn from the guy that, brought this entire...
We're talking about guys that need a mentor. Send them to Memphis.
Yeah.
Didn't Golden State pass on him for James Wiseman?
Yeah, they did.
They did. And it did not work out. It has.
We see teams falter all the time, especially at the top of the draft. I mean, the Sixers did it back-to-back years and let the Lakers and Celtics get Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and Jaylen Brown and Tatum, while they got Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons, right? Or no, I think it was Jahlil Okafor. And no. It was Markelle Fultz, the 76ers guy.
Yeah.
And the other...
No, Jahlil Okafor.
And Jahlil Okafor?
He did go, the Duke player?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did go to the... And, man, you want to talk about a guy that just fell off. He had a decent rookie year, didn't he?
You know what's funny? The the 76ers traded up for Markelle Fultz.
Yeah.
And passed on Lonzo and Tatum.
Yeah.
They said, we're good.
And he's still, hey, you told me he's still in the league, though.
He's nice on the Magic, right? He's on the Magic?
Nice. I don't know if I'd go nice, but he's serviceable with the Magic. I mean, he's number 1 overall pick, for God's sake. I mean, think about it this way. He's number 1 overall pick.
Do you remember his shot?
It was disgusting. Here's what I would love to know.
76ers players, man.
What on earth are you watching when you draft some of these guys? I don't understand. Like, what did you see in one-on-ones where you're
Ben
just
Simmons?
like,
I'm not going to fault him. Ben Simmons was a dog, and it was a dog at LSU, and was a dog his first year, won Rookie of the Year.
Dog, but
he was okay. At LSU, he showed the passing and the athleticism, and in his first year, won Rookie of the Year. Him and Donovan Mitchell, All-Star, is an All-Star the next year, one of the best defenders, and then. Funny enough, literally when he passed that layup up was just never the
everything.
Same player. Like that's not a hyperbole. That's not a casual take.
It is that dude. You want to talk about one of the biggest head scratching moments in the history of the National Basketball Association.
He never was good again after that.
This guy's been a journeyman ever since. Like, think about it. One moment in time, and this wasn't like some off the court. This
is a playoff game.
The glove didn't fit, so you must have quit. Like, this dude just passed up a layup at 6'11". And Ben Simmons has never been the same since. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. All right, coming up next, a little top 5 at 11:20. In honor of the just abysmal Pittsburgh Pirates getting beat by your Texas Rangers tonight, top 5 hardest teams to be a fan of. Top 5 hardest teams. Will a Chicago team or 2 make the list on mine, Blake's, maybe even new guy Jake's? Lots to get you to go anywhere.
Fan After Dark means wheels off on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica.
They're already stars, but now you can make them all stars. Vote in the 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star Ballot 5 times daily. Show your favorite players just how much you want to see them play in Atlanta. And new this year, download and visit the MLB Pro Spirit game during Phase 1, and you can secure an additional vote per day for your favorite players. Submit your ballot today at MLB.com/vote and add some shine to summer. Voting ends June 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Hi, it's Eric Thomason from Blue Nail Roofing. We've been serving North Texas homeowners for decades. And with every one of our customers, our job isn't complete until you're satisfied. Here's what several of our clients have said about Blue Nail.
I thought that they were extremely detail-oriented.
They went back to the insurance company and worked with them and got them to pay for doing the extra stuff that had to be done.
Blue Nail personnel worked with the adjuster and did the work is superb.
I recommend them to anybody.
We had real good community.
You've got to forget something else to remember that Uber Eats has groceries.
No, that's absurd. Hey, remember when you used to be what was it, Pepper Lady?
Was it Cinnamon Sisters?
Basil Babes.
Sapphire Squad?
Nutmeg Maidens?
Pre-curb?
No.
Nutmeg Maidens.
I just said that. Was it Spice Girls?
Doesn't sound right.
Was it Saffron Squad?
We are zeroing in on his birthday here pretty soon. We will find out in the next segment exactly what our guy is going to be doing for the big 2-2. Let's see. By the way, real quick, fair foul. You look like Jay Gon and Terrell's son.
I saw that. Foul.
Foul.
That was an insult.
He
No offense.
He looks young.
Looks too young.
So Jay Gon, if you're listening, okay. That was him at 16.
Okay, how old is he now?
21, your age.
Oh.
He's a little slimmer and longer hair, but he resembles new guy Jake.
We should go get a beer.
He's 21 now. So that's a 5-year-old picture.
Yeah.
So we need to find a 5. Do you think we can find or unearth a picture of 16-year-old new guy Jake?
No.
And
Please
maybe
no.
that would be a better comparison. But look, I think Jay Gon might be onto something here.
I think so. I mean, shout out Jagon.
So exactly. So if he was saying 16-year-old little Jagon looked like you, then yes, I too would take umbrage with it.
I'd agree.
But this is 5 years ago. So if we were saying 5 years ago, new guy Jake, some semblance maybe.
I had a lot of acne and I had a comb over, so probably not really at that point.
So you were more of a goon than this kid.
A little bit, yeah.
Saying.
No, I was a
Okay,
weirdo,
fair enough.
man. Yeah,
fair enough.
I was a weird looking kid.
We got faith in you though. Let me look at you now. Producing on 105.3 The Fan, getting your name talked about. I mean, I hear your name referenced quite often when listening to the Rangers games.
Making our rounds, man.
We've got Jacob Ray back in the studio at Master Control.
Tell you what, man, Eric Nadell, he kind of gets a little pep in his step when he hears I'm working the games.
Yeah,
so.
he does. Well, I mean, why wouldn't he?
All right, no kidding.
He knows it's going to be a flawless.
Oh yeah,
4.5 flawless 5 hours. Does he have that same pep in his step when he says Trevor Beck is back at Master Control? That's the real question. No? We got to last segment. We got to find out what the latest and greatest is with Trevor Beck.
I agree.
We have to. Yay or nay? We think he got any sort of provocative pictures. Yay or nay?
I'm gonna go
nay. You're leaning nay.
I'm gonna go yay.
Yay! Blake,
my boy.
Blake, yay or nay? Trevor the Creator has received a provocative pic from his the young lady he's in hot pursuit.
I'm gonna go with this lady has respect, so now.
Tell her we'll give her a shout out on the fan if she does.
Yes, we will absolutely.
Maybe
give her
on
a
the fan
shout out.
cam.
There you go.
That's crazy.
That is kind of a wild pull by you.
Sorry, it's late, guys. I mean,
I'm going to say
it's
nay.
11:26 on a Friday. I would be drinking a Dos Equis right now. All right.
You don't even drink. What are you talking about?
I'll vent you tonight.
All right, here we go. Top 5 teams that are hard to root for. Top 5 teams that are hard to root for. Here we go. Number 5, Clippers.
Why so?
And this is more of a I'm 44, and this is why. The Clippers have always been a craptastic organization. Okay? I mean, the highlight of the Clippers is their owners. Okay? Robert Sterling and his ignoramus right guy. What'd she say? I'm Donald's right hand. Literally, that's what she said. I'm Donald Sterling's right hand. And then went on to dime him out for being the racist POS that he was. I think he's still alive, in fact.
Would we get a report if he died?
Oh, absolutely.
Think so?
No, that was a huge story with Donald Sterling when we found out he was racist. So, Clippers, this is the same team that... look, you guys remember... your age group remembers Anthony Bennett. You guys are too young to remember Michael Olowokande.
He's 91.
Exactly. No. He's still kicking. Now, whether or not she's still his right hand, ain't nobody know.
Born and raised in Chicago. Shout out.
He's from the Chi?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. It's your peeps. So there you have it. Number 5 on my list, the woebegone Los Angeles Clippers. Number 5.
Okay. I can respect that. I know
you can.
For my number 5, I'm going to go with, I just locked it in right now. I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. For most of my life, they've been pretty butt. I don't really know what the aura.
Did you say the Titans?
Yeah.
I almost put them on my list.
I mean, I just can't really think of anything in my lifetime where they were really good. Titans have always been pretty bad. They probably have 1 or 2 years where they pop off. Not an immediate hatred for them or a not wanting to root for them, but they just never really give me any reason to root for them any season.
Well, not only that, but they stole a team's identity.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea that they're still rocking Oiler colors, just stop. Yeah. Okay? It's the Houston Oilers. Now, you could argue, too, Houston needs to let go of that at the same time. Can we just go ahead and put that to rest? But I almost put the Titans. The reason why I didn't was for one reason and one reason only. Steve Air McNair.
Did anybody put any college teams? Any college football teams?
I thought about it.
I don't have enough vitriol.
Honorable mention, KU. mean, we were only one of the worst teams for a decade. So,
KU football, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I would agree with that.
Thanks a lot. Let's not pretend like Texas Tech has been some juggernaut.
You know what?
You guys have a billionaire. Look, here's what you guys have. You got a billionaire. You got Crabtree, you got Patty Mahomes, and you had 8 years of Mike Leach being a wacko.
And that's your whole history.
That's your whole history right there.
And now they're good at basketball. So
there you go.
We're about to be good at softball too.
Yeah, well, that too.
We're pumping championships.
Now that you've got the new age Boone Pickens, you guys should be okay for the next decade.
Oil money, baby.
Yeah, you do.
All right, my number 5. Despite their amazing hats, I went with the Athletics just because it's got to suck having your team ripped away from you when you wanted them so bad.
That's a good one.
Went A's for my number 5.
That's a great pull by you.
And then my number 4, probably going to be on our list, New York Jets.
No New York Jets for me.
I did not put the Jets on there either.
Only because it was kind of fun rooting for them with Aaron Rodgers, especially when he ran out there with the American flag.
And then promptly ripped his ACL or his Achilles.
Being embarrassed for my whole life, it was pretty easy to not root for Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
But at the same time,
in your case,
I kind of wanted them to do good because I want the Packers fans to have so much pain in their hearts.
Yeah.
But I felt like if you won a Super Bowl, it would have caused them pain. So
see, the only reason I didn't pick them is because I was a Revis Island fan and Jets legend right there.
Oh, and it just feels like it's been recent that we've been just getting inundated with the Jets, right? 10 years ago, nobody cared.
Mark
about the
Sanchez
Jets.
butt fumble.
Well, I mean, they were fun, but we weren't loving them. I mean, we didn't have this love-hate. Rage bait.
Who were some receivers for Mark Sanchez when he had that butt fumble? Does anybody know? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not quizzing you. I genuinely don't know.
I can tell you. Braylon Edwards, I want to say, was on that team.
Wow.
What a pull.
If anybody I'm not mistaken.
Was Marquise Colston a wide receiver for them ever, or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, I mean, he was
a
Saints receiver. But
I didn't know if after his time with the Saints.
Who was the running back then? Frank Gore or something?
Who would have been? It wasn't LaDainian, was it?
I'm asking you. That was a long time ago from the butt fumble. I was like a peewee watching it on ESPN.
Just a child. From the 817, what evening can I come up and broadcast with you all?
Someone just named a receiver for the Jets, Jericho Cotchery.
There you go. That's an old school pull. What evening can I come up and broadcast with you all?
This one. Get here.
Yeah. You can jump over the next 29 minutes. Okay, your number 5 was the
Athletics,
and the number 4,
Jets.
The Jets. Good call by you. Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker. Good
wow.
pull.
Okay, those were good receivers. That was a solid receiver.
I mean, they made it. I want to say they made it to an AFC Championship those years. So.
Eric Decker took.
That's a great receiving core.
Eric Decker took a big step for white receivers.
Yeah, he did.
He did, but I mean, it was like a 3 or 4 year.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Broncos legend.
I'm you know what? I'm going to stop you on that one. No, I'll tell you what Eric Decker did.
Wow.
Eric Decker.
Wow.
I almost said it. I was thinking of Eric Dickerson. What Eric Decker did.
Why didn't you just finish it and say it or son? Then?
Well, because I stopped it because I was like, I'm not talking about Eric Dickerson. I'm talking about Eric Decker. No. All Eric Decker did was
be Caucasian,
fill the hole that is white wide receivers. Okay.
Did we not have Wes Welker at that time?
Well, we're talking about we're talking about big-bodied possession wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for every Joe Juravicius, for every Ed McCaffrey, who's been a friend of the show, Eric Decker, right? I mean, there's always that one. Now we're actually right now. I mean, what does it say about where we're at as a society where we've got a white boy that's going to be the number 1 overall pick, but we don't have a white possession wide receiver in the NFL?
Puka?
He's Samoan.
I was thinking of Cooper Kupp. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp? He's falling off now? We don't like him anymore? He's not good at football?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, he's kind of washed.
I was going to say, if Seattle wants to overpay for him, be my guest.
Seattle's going to be nice.
I think Lad McConkey's going to be. He's
Lad. That's a possession guy. That's a big body dude.
But
too.
Lad's not
like
that
huge,
big. I was going to say, Ed McCaffrey was like 6'3". Eric Decker was like 6'2", 6'3". Like they were big dudes. Joe Juravicius was like 6'2".
Adam Thielen's a possession receiver.
He is.
And he's Caucasian.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage of his career, he is.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, God bless him. He's hanging on, too.
Braxton Berrios. Okay. My number 4 is going to be, let's go out to the baseball world. I could never root for this team if it was the last thing I did on earth. Houston Astros.
Yeah.
Would never.
Surprised only made your number 4.
I got 3 teams that it's harder to root for, but the Astros I would never, ever root for. I mean, it could be if they win, the Rangers make the playoffs, and I would still hope they lose.
Yeah. I don't disappoint on that. My number 4, Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
just random Kyler.
That's such a. It's not even has anything. I mean, it's just the Cardinals.
Larry Fitz.
So
we're never. I mean one of the greatest Super Bowls ever. Them and Big Ben.
Yeah, and they lost.
Okay, but
and that's their highlight right there. Wow, that one Super Bowl.
Kurt Warner was a pretty big highlight.
That year. That year.
He was okay.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do we? I mean, outside of that one Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was always a Kurt and Larry Fitz fan, so I was always kind of
and would that last a year, 2?
Shout out to the Cardinals.
So we're celebrating 2 years of an entire team. And by the way, can you tell me where? I'll give you $1 if you can tell me where they were at before they got to Phoenix.
Both of them.
What's that?
Are you saying like both of them, where each of them were at?
No, not the players.
Oh,
where was the franchise at before it went
Let's
to
go
Phoenix?
St. Louis. Let's go! I got it right.
You did get it right. You absolutely did get it right. Yes, that's right.
So I get $1.
They were the Fighting Dan Dearnor, so now you owe me 24. And then number 3, the team that spawned this entire idea, the Pittsburgh Pirates, is my number 3.
Fair enough.
Pirates are butt.
Yeah, they are. All right, number 3, we're up against it. Go ahead.
Thunder. Would never root for them.
Wow.
I hate watching them every night.
So yours are more personal.
Yes.
I can tell. Okay, I like that.
Number 1 is not, but yes.
Okay, that's fair.
1 and 5 are not. 2 through 4 were.
Okay. All right. Number 3.
My number 3 is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
I don't know how you can look at that fan base and not feel things in your stomach.
That's it.
So, yeah, Eagles are right there. And then
missing a chromosome or 2.
Yeah. Number 2, I think it goes without saying, Green Bay Packers. Just disgusting human beings.
I like that.
If you would have told me that the 99% of psychopaths were from Green Bay, Wisconsin, I would have been right on that. So,
my number 2, I'm going to follow up New Guy Jake. It's the Eagles. I don't know how anybody could root for this fan base. Terrible fans. Team is disgusting. The fact they won the Super Bowl, that was a terrible hate watch. I might see 2 of the teams in my top 3 win their most recent championship in the Thunder and the Eagles, and I'm sick. It's a terrible time to be Blake.
My number 2, the Detroit Lions.
That's just
okay. The Detroit Lions. Just when you thought you were going to get good, guess what?
So you don't like watching them?
What's that?
You don't like watching them or rooting for them?
Oh, I don't care. I'm sure I'll watch them,
but it's hard to root for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can watch them because I have Pat Mahomes. But if I was a Lions fan, like
they're pretty happy.
Paging Jake Riepma. Are they? Let's see. Last 2 years, probably should have been to a Super Bowl, but you couldn't catch a 4th down pass.
Yep.
And then last year, Jared Goff decided to be Jared Goff.
But they're probably still happy, though, all things considered, from where they used to be.
If just getting your ass beat in the playoffs is fun, then hey, be my guest.
They're getting right to the iceberg. They're at the tip of the iceberg.
Bro, you literally lost your entire coaching staff, and we have no idea what to expect out of you.
All right, your number 1 is...
I did Yankees and Dodgers.
Fair enough, yeah.
Okay, because I loathe both those franchises, especially the Dodgers now. I loathe the Yankees as a kid, although I was a Derek Jeter fan. I did like the captain. But the Dodgers, like, they're the new Yankees.
Yep.
So can't stand either one.
My number one, I don't know how you could root for this team. It's been nothing but misery.
Iconic hats, though.
My entire lifetime. Let's go to the NBA. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Let's go to the Washington Wizards. Easy number one. I don't know how you could root for that team.
For the 817, how can you hate Lions? Clown. I'm pretty sure I just laid it out to you.
You did,
were you deaf the entire time or what?
Made it pretty clear, actually.
I thought I couldn't have been any clearer. Thanks. Number one?
My number one. This comes from personal experience. Never had a team cause me so much depression.
The Bears?
I can't even get to it, can I? Yeah. I mean, I had to witness a Hail Mary last year, a double doink.
Rough.
I mean,
10 straight after that, too.
Everything. Yeah, 10 straight, including I just can't.
I thought about putting them in my list, but I thought, you know what? New guy Jake's been through enough. It's his birthday. I didn't want to rain on his parade, so there you have it. All right, final segment of the program. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up Monday morning on Sean and RJ, who is our NBA champion and a concert ticket giveaway in the 7 and 9 o'clock hour. It's a Monday morning on the Fan.
Equipment built to perform, backed by ASCO. Get 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on select new Hitachi excavators and wheel loaders. We're on it at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com. Financing terms and conditions apply. See ASCO for details.
After I came home from Iraq, I could still hear the booms. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
Thanks to DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renault.
low fee products? Yeah, to remember that.
Well, you know, they say in order to remember something, you have to forget something else. Okay, now that is a very cute haircut. That's like a little shag. I've never seen it before.
Well, I mean, of course you have. It's the Rachel.
Oh, is that your name? No, I mean like your name. No, I'm Jen. My name's Jen.
Right, but I just mean like this is your haircut.
But that's hair on your head.
I'm not saying this is your hair.
Okay.
I've listened.
Jacob.
It's Jacob. I listened. You were on the midday show a couple days ago. I heard you on there, and they were calling. Everybody, because I always get thrown off when they call him by his actual name. When I hear other people call him Jacob on the show.
See, I just try to stick with Jacob because I don't want there to be mix up with Jake, because I know he's kind of like the morning and mid morning is kind of his territory.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I'll go by Jacob, but I'm okay going by Jake on the night show. I'm okay with going by new guy Jake.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do it for 3 years.
I think we're just going to have to run with it until something comes along. So until further notice, he will continue to be new guy Jake.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I think it's kind of clever. Like you call tall guys, hey, shorty, or fat guys, what's up, skinny?
What's up, slim?
Little guys are not
Chicken Little.
I think it's all right.
Speaking of Chicken Little, what's the latest and greatest with your Chicken Little?
There is the Eaton is
all right.
Is good.
Well, did you get your Airbnb?
Oh no. I was just listening.
He's looking for Airbnbs over in Greece in the last segment of the program. No, I'm referring to what we're trying to do off the field.
That's what I'm saying. The Eaton's good.
Yeah. Which didn't totally backfire on him. So for those of you scoring at home or wondering, like, what the hell are you guys talking about in code? So our boy Trevor, the creator, has got a young lady friend that, and they are friends. They are friends. So
that's fairly clear.
How young?
The question I want to ask to the audience, and I'm going to ask to you two gents, Blake and new guy Jake. I think I know where Blake stands on this. New guy Jake, again, because he's been doing a lot of Texas Rangers. This is the first time we've really had a chance to commiserate and discuss this on air as a team. Has Trevor been friend zoned, and do we think he can get out of it? Because that's my only concern, is that our boy has been pigeonholed into the friend zone.
I mean, that's my concern, too.
Well, I mean, since Blake's so invested in the conversation, I'll go first.
Yeah. We'll figure he'll sprinkle in something like in the 52-minute mark. Okay. So I'm not too concerned.
I mean, Trevor's scrappy, man. I feel like he knows how to get down and dirty.
Bless you, Jacob. Thank you.
And
I feel a compliment sandwich coming out of what I feel.
With my first relationship, granted, she was a psycho and it lasted 6 months.
Yeah.
I was friend zoned.
You were also like 15 too.
Yeah,
so
I was
let's
16.
keep the.
I was the age of Jagon's kid in the picture. Yeah,
that's right. I know Mr. Relationship's not talking.
No, I thought we were laughing. I was jumping in.
Oh, Blake's got to tell his story too.
No, Airbnb.
We'll say that for Monday. That's my only concern with you is that you're going to get friend zoned.
And that's so because again, like I have another girl who is a friend that I enjoy talking to, and I bounce things off of her all the time.
I went Airbnb because I knew. Blake was look. Blake could have been in a slumber and would have popped up. What? What are we bouncing off of? Oh,
coins on a drum.
Seriously,
so you like bouncing things off of her. So.
Continue your story.
But I was talking to her, and basically she was explaining to me, is like, well, I'm flirty and I do stuff with my friends that are guys, like and again, and I'm like,
what you want to hear.
I'm like, you're absolutely right. You're the worst example for me to be asking.
So what does she think of old girl? Does she think she's friend zoned you?
She doesn't think she has friend zoned me.
Okay, that's a positive start.
But the negative of it is that, and if there are any Lady Tolos listening, I apologize, but I am just again, it gets rough here.
Put your hand on the dub button just in case.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that girls will get gratification from a guy that will give that gratification.
Talk to him.
And
you don't say.
I am very good at giving gratification because I find this young man very, very
that's why
attractive.
that's why they're friend zoned.
Put that on your Hinge profile.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm good at giving gratification.
I give gratification like no other.
I gratify well.
But she'll get something without having to give anything in return. And I'm not talking anything crazy. Chill out. Easy, big fella.
Let's go. Good final segment.
So what I'm saying is that I
very
can
one-sided
give gratification without her having to.
You're a giver, not a
anything
receiver,
back.
bro. You know what though? Here's my thing. I'm trying to drop game for this dude in the last before the show started. Okay. He was kind of giving me a little play-by-play of what was going on. I gave him probably 2 or 3 just dimes. Just right there.
I don't know if they were I don't know if they're
Let's repeat them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's repeat them, shall we? And then let's repeat.
We don't have to say the girl's name, but we're just talking in general.
I think we all feel pretty confident she's not listening to sports radio at 11:50 at night.
She's probably already in bed.
Exactly, asleep, right?
Yep.
So
in bed. All right, I'll just stay out of it. I'm too immature.
Because that's where most people sleep. She got a fan on too? Oh my God, here we go. Let me guess, you got a glass of water on the nightstand? Oh, you know what that means. So, what? Okay.
Why do Airbnbs put a TV that's the size of my pinky? Comes with a flat screen TV. No, it doesn't. No, it comes with your grandpa's 1948 stereo.
Seriously. So I told, basically, long story short, they were supposed to go get coffee and go to a farmer's market tomorrow. All right. She had to cancel because she's got other things going on, right?
Grandma. She's getting that respect.
And she's got to mow the yard. All right. So
she's got to mow the yard.
That's too long of a story to continue. It is. Just take it for what it's worth.
That was good. That was good. And I will give you that. And I already got told no on that because she had to be there. So this is what I'm saying.
Okay, so you did do that.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm saying
what?
That was good. It was the other things.
Oh, so she responded well to it and said, so she liked the idea, just couldn't do it.
Yes.
See, I do this, people. I do this, okay? Yeah. So then the second, but basically what I told him was, I said, hey, text her and say, look, I still love to go to coffee with you. I'll mow your lawn. You get ready to go see Grandma. We'll go have coffee for 30, 45 minutes. Boom. I drop you off at Grandma's. We're back at the crib. Boom, done. Whatever. She can't do it, but she loved the idea, correct?
Yes.
Let's go with that. Okay. Then number 2, okay, this is where it gets a little risque, boys. This is where she's, getting ready to jump in the shower. Ooh. Says she's got some options as far as what she's going to wear.
Ooh.
Okay. He says he wants to see the girl.
I said, ooh.
Oh, ooh, okay. And then he says, something about he wants to see, and she goes, maybe. And so then he's like, how do I
maybe
respond?
with an emoji.
The emoji. Yeah, right.
The emojis
I don't give a damn if there's emoji or not. I said, so he's like, what do you say to maybe? I said, speak now or forever hold your peace with a wink emoji. Okay? You said what? Yeah, go ahead. No, tell the class.
Listen,
tell the class what you said.
No, the class is.
If you send a text message, you got to stand on business. You feel good about it in the moment.
Now, listen, I did stand on business.
I said.
The business was stood on. I promise you. I was stood on business.
Go ahead, Thirsty Thursday. Tell us what you said.
But that's what I'm saying is that at that point, obviously, I'm already thirsty.
Tell us what you said.
But how is that not thirsty? How's what you said?
Speak now or forever hold your peace?
Yes, how is that not? That's like, Mr. You said to be demonstrative.
Yeah,
and I was more demonstrative.
But speak now or forever hold your peace. You're giving her the option of, hey, are we doing this or not?
But how is that demonstrative? If giving her the option, how is that demonstrative?
It's less demonstrative than what you did.
You're right. That's fine. You're right. You're right.
I mean, no, there's
right.
but there's demonstrative with taste.
Oh,
okay.
All right, fondle.
Speak. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah,
what
I did.
I'm sorry.
That is tasteful, by the way.
I don't disagree with you.
Look, hey, guess what? You shoot your shot.
And I shot my shot.
What? I learned my lesson.
And I got a layup. I'm not mad at the layup that I got.
But what did you say? No, go ahead and tell the folks on what you said.
I said maybe because she said maybe.
She said maybe, and you said?
I said maybe show some skin or something. I'm so disappointed in myself right now. Oh boy.
Now look, as thirsty as that sounds,
I think Medea's calling.
Okay.
The word would play. I was trying to wordplay with maybe. That's what I was trying to go with, and in text, it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, either way, she didn't cut him off. All right. She sent herself. She sent him a picture of her in, basically long johns, for crying out loud.
Oh boy.
They were polka dot pajamas.
And a body condom, for crying out loud. So either way, all right. I mean, it wasn't a total loss. And how did you end the final?
I told her. I said I hope she has a great morning with
sleep tight
with grandma.
Yeah.
And she said, "You too. Thanks so much, Trev."
There you go. There you go. So look, we live to fight another day.
Thanks, Jacob.
Okay.
Sorry. She gives me Trev. That's what scares me.
I don't think
the Trev
he's
thing is what scares me. Again,
she's never called you Trev?
She's called me Trev before, but Trev feels like, hey, Trev. That's the only thing that scares me.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that scares me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got what time I was born.
Oh, Mama Kim?
Jeez.
What time?
6:09 p.m.
Okay.
Right after dinner time, huh?
No, that's it. 6 o'clock news. Boom.
Rising moon? Is that what we're trying to figure out?
All right, 6:09. No, we were just trying to figure out times we were all born.
And it just makes sense, too. Take out the O.
New guy Jake and I were both born in the 10 o'clock hour, and our boy here was born at 6:09. All right, so I'll tell you what. We live to fight another day. I don't worry about it. Shoot her a text in the morning. Hey, hopefully make a joke about the grass. And maybe a GIF, and then
that's what I'm saying.
Enjoy time with grandma. If you can find, I'll tell you what, real quick. If you can find a GIF of an old woman mowing a lawn,
that'd be phenomenal.
Wow.
I'm gonna do some homework tonight.
Huh? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, what a show it's been. Your Rangers win. Kamar Rocker on the bump. Will Chambers final show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for new guy Jake, for Blake, for Trevor. I'm Fred. Good night. God bless.
Hope the bosses aren't listening. It's another Wheels Off edition of Fan After Dark on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app, presented by Comerica.
Hello, I'm Jamie Flores, the managing partner at the law offices of Nick Namath, with another important tax fact. The amount the IRS claims you owe is often incorrect. They're notorious for mistakes with taxes, penalties, and interest that you don't really owe.
Hi, I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath. Returns the IRS prepares for you when you haven't filed are often full of errors. For over 20 years, I've helped Texans successfully handle the IRS.
Call Nick Namath.